Let's wait until the end, until all the games are played, until the rankings are that final ranking. And if you want to groan and moan, go ahead. But until then, no. Last thing I want to say, I don't think I mentioned it during the podcast. All this criticism of Penn State and who they've beaten and who they haven't beaten, I wonder if Penn State's players are hearing that, and if they're motivated even further, like, hey, we're not really play the respect card, because they're not getting much respect from some national people.
And it's just a little bit of extra incentive when you're a 28.5-point favorite, which they are against Purdue this week. The over-under is 51. So it's that time of the show. Rich's prediction, Penn State at Purdue on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, the weather is supposed to be just fine. Winds low, temperatures in the 50s. So I think with Purdue coming off playing Ohio State, it is senior day at Purdue. I don't want to forget that. I just think Penn State, with so much to play for, will roll. And I'm picking Penn State 45, Purdue 7.
And there you have it. Penn State versus Purdue, 3:30 kickoff. CBS is the television network, and, of course, here on the Penn State Radio Network. If you're listening to us on Friday night and miss part of the show, it'll air at 1:30 as part of the pregame show for us here on WEEU 8:30 a.m. in Reading. And, of course, it is now available as well on a podcast. For Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Enjoy Penn State and Purdue on Saturday afternoon.
This is a WEEU sports presentation. You're listening to High School Football, presented by Savage Auto Group on 830 WEEU. Our live coverage starts with the WEEU High School Football pregame show. A look ahead at today's game and all the action, Berks and beyond. Now, here's your host, Jeff Nolan.
As the days get shorter and the nights get colder, one thing continues, and that is high school football. Welcome, everybody, to the pregame show. I'm Jeff Nolan. Coming up at the top of the hour, for the second time this season, Twin Valley and Lampeter-Strasburg. These two teams met up week number 9. Lampeter-Strasburg scored 56 points in the first half on their way to a 62-14 win. I know what you're saying. I've got other plans tonight, and I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this game. Big difference between this game and the last game, and Bob McCool and Matt Lytle will talk about it during the broadcast, is Twin Valley without their two top running backs. They are back in the lineup, and now they are on all cylinders. But of course, you've got to go up against Caleb House, Dominic Brown, and that entire Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneer team. So forget what you saw, forget what you read, forget what you heard, because we really do have a tremendous playoff football game coming up at the top of the hour. As always, we spent the time during the week going out, visiting with each team and their coaches. Sean Tansky and myself undertook that responsibility. We share that with you when we come back. Don't forget, the audio and video are free. You can find it on our website, 830weeu.com, or our YouTube WEEU sports page. When we come back, a visit with the coaches I've talked about. You're listening to the pregame show on 830 WEEU or online, 830weeu.com.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Do you like classic cars? Come see what's for sale at McGinty Motor Cars in our 1910 showroom and warehouse located at the top of Washington Street near the Reading City Park. You can also sell your classic automobile with us.
If you like classic cars, you need to see our showroom and warehouse or check out our inventory online at McGintyMotorcars.com. Do you want a classic VW Beetle or maybe a Ford Mustang? Check out our inventory and see what classic car is right for you.
Visit our website,
McGintyMotorcars.com.
When it comes to grocery shopping, you're a pro, and Redner's Markets is here to up your game with Redner's Ready. Shop online and save time. Orders can be placed as far as 4 days ahead or as little as 2 hours before pickup at your selected store. Your items are always handpicked, and our personal shoppers will accommodate any special instructions for your grocery needs. Plus, there's no difference between in-store and online pricing, no extra pickup fees, and you can redeem points from your Redner's Rewards membership. Skip the trip with Redner's Ready. Shop online at rednersmarkets.com.
High school football. Presented by Savage Auto Group on WEEU. Tune in all season long.
We continue to get you ready for the top of the hour broadcast of the District 3 5A semifinal. Twin Valley on the road against Lampeter-Strasburg. Our Sean Tansky took the ride out this week to visit with Brett Myers, the head coach of Twin Valley.
All right, Coach, having that first playoff game of the season under your team's belt, does it make this week a little bit easier now that you guys remember what playoff football feels like?
I don't think it makes a difference for these guys. We got a lot of guys with a lot of experience, and they're just happy they get an extra week. That didn't change much. They got a chance to be together another week, and they've showed it in practice that they want to be here.
Your last game against Lampeter-Strasburg didn't go as planned. Are you using that loss as extra motivation for your players, or is it just another game?
Yeah, it's not important at this point. It happened. We didn't play well, but that doesn't really reflect who we are and what we're doing. So we're just focused on us getting better today.
Lampeter-Strasburg has Caleb House. You guys have the duo of Evan Johnson and Drew Angle. 3 guys who really like to run the football. In your mind, will it be more important to establish the run or stop the run this Friday night?
I don't know how you judge which one's more important. I would say that we got to block and tackle. And if we do those 2 things, I think it'll be a fun night.
And then how big is it that you guys are getting healthy this late into the season as the playoffs are beginning here? Is it an added boost of confidence?
I don't know about confidence, but I'd say our guys feel pretty good, and it's nice to see everybody getting an opportunity to play. You feel for kids when they put in work for all year round, and then they end up having to miss some time. It hurts to watch them feel that way, and I'm just glad we're kind of getting past that.
And then finally, as a coach, you've coached in the playoffs numerous times over your career. Is it still just as special now as you remember it being like your first time as a coach?
Oh, without doubt, there's not much better than Pennsylvania high school football in November. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. And doesn't matter if it's 2014 or 2024. It's an exciting time, and it's great competition, and I'm lucky to be a part of it.
Well, speaking of being a part of it, of course, Lampeter-Strasburg is tonight. They are hosting this game. Their head coach is Victor Ridenauer in his 4th season. They have been a playoff team every year. He has been the head coach. He has been with the program for quite a long time. Of course, his team did score 62 points against Twin Valley week number 9. We talked about looking back at that game, trying to decipher how much you could take out of it and use and apply it to this week, but also Coach Ridenauer's story takes a more personal turn.
About the only thing you could take out of it is maybe alignment. They're a good football team, and it's going to be a completely different game. Our kids, they know that. I think everybody knows that. It's going to be a much tighter game, much closer football game. Brett does a good job up there with those guys. They're going to be ready, and I'm sure they're going to have something in plan for Caleb. It's just a matter of, can we execute? And that's really what we need to be able to do on Friday night.
Speaking of Caleb, and for our audience who's seen him once, Caleb House, your quarterback, we know his offensive skills, but 7 touchdowns a week, number 9. But what are you more impressed with? That week, number 9, 7 touchdowns, or the 3 defensive touchdowns last week?
I think you might not like this answer, but I'm more impressed with the type of kid he is than anything he does on the football field. He just... In the classroom, he's a model student. He's always helping other people. He's a great teammate. He's always picking guys up. If somebody makes a bad play, he helps them there. So, all that other stuff is awesome, and I'm really happy for him because of all the work that he's put into it. But it's those things that I think are the most impressive when it comes to Caleb House as a football player and a person.
Let's talk about the people around him, because the numbers are great and that sort of thing. But what makes him good, and why does he excel like this? Is it the people around him? Talk to me about that.
It is. We have a very unselfish football team, and you have to be if you want to be successful in this game, because you really can't do anything on your own. You need everybody. You need your guys there to celebrate with you when you have a great play. You need your guys there to pick you up when you have a bad play. And these kids have been able to do that. Good plays, bad plays, they're always there for each other. They don't care who's scoring a touchdown. He doesn't care if he scores a touchdown. It's really, truly all about the team, and that's always been first with these guys, and for that reason, they've been successful.
Do you want a couple seconds to brag about that defense?
Defense has played pretty well all year. Coach Morrison, Gary Morrison, our DC, does a good job getting them ready. And they run pretty well to the ball. But they're going to be up against it this week. It's going to be a different challenge than it was a few weeks ago. Their two running backs are both very dynamic kids. I like the way that they run. When they get vertical in a hurry. They're good football players. But our defense, they've done a good job all year, just getting to the ball and staying gap sound as much as possible. So,
final question. Let's talk a little bit about you. Volunteer assistant, getting started in coaching, junior high coach, longtime assistant, and you look in your 4 years today, 40 wins, a district final appearance, playoffs every year. What has this meant to you, and who do you credit to the people around you?
This season's been a little different. There was a point in time earlier this year, I had multiple sclerosis, and I had optic neuritis, couldn't see for about a month. And I got to give my wife credit, and she really did a good job of helping me out that month. And some of the guys came in. I was in the hospital for a few days to see me. I couldn't really see them, but I knew they were there. I just feel fortunate and blessed to be able to be out here every day, that I get to be out here. Because there was a point in time where I wasn't sure that I was going to be out here. And so I just really try to stay in the moment. Like all those things that have happened in the past to me are in the past, and there'll be a time when I'll sit down and I'll look at those things. But right now, I just try to stay right here because this is really all I got, and I'm thankful that I got this opportunity right now, this day.
Sometimes you just look to the man in the sky and you say thank you very much. And my thanks, of course, to Brett Myers and to Victor Ridenauer, the two head coaches of tonight's game. And speaking of that game, that is coming up at the top of the hour, Twin Valley and Lampeter-Strasburg. I'm Jeff Nolan. We'll come back with our final segment. We'll look at the games that will follow tonight. Remember, updating you at the half and all the finals on the Scoreboard Show. This is high school football, brought to you by the Savage Auto Group on 8:30 a.m. online, 830weeu.com.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Do you like classic cars? Come see what's for sale at McGinty Motor Cars in our 1910 showroom and warehouse located at the top of Washington Street near the Reading City Park. You can also sell your classic automobile with us.
If you like classic cars, you need to see our showroom and warehouse or check out our inventory online at McGintyMotorcars.com. Do you want a classic VW Beetle or maybe a Ford Mustang? Check out our inventory and see what classic car is right for you.
Visit our website,
McGintyMotorcars.com.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA crafted crunch.
High school football on WEEU. Presented by Savage Auto Group. Tune in all season long.
Well, this is our final segment. Welcome back to the pregame show. I'm Jeff Nolan. Don't forget, free audio and video. You can simply go to our website, 830weeu.com. You can find it there. Also, just visit our YouTube channel, 830weeu Sports. After the game, scores and highlights on the scoreboard, show updates at the half as well. All the writers, players, coaches join us after the game. The games we're going to cover. Let's start with 6A. Harrisburg and Manheim Township. Manheim Township is the top seed in that 1-4 matchup. And, of course, Wilson and Central York, a 2-3 matchup. Wilson at 10-1, Central York at 9-2. Wilson 3-0 in the postseason against Central York. In 5A, of course, we've got Exeter and Conestoga Valley, the rematch where Conestoga Valley won, holding off Exeter's 2-point try late in the game earlier in the season. They will take on the winner of Mechanicsburg and Bishop McDevitt. Mechanicsburg unbeaten a year ago. They were just 5-5. Bishop McDevitt, the defending District 3 Class 4A champions. In 4A, our game coming up the top of the hour, top-seeded and unbeaten Lampeter-Strasburg taking on 5th-seeded Twin Valley. They will play the winner of Wyomissing and West York. That game is scheduled for tomorrow at Wyomissing with a 1 o'clock kickoff. In the 3A bracket, it is the District 3 3A final. York Adams Division 3 representative and top seed Bermudian Springs will take on Mid-Penn Colonial rep and number 2 seed Trinity. We will also check in to see what's going on in AA, and Single A will go off the grid as well. It's a fun Friday night, week number 3 of the postseason, and our game coming up with the free audio and video. It is Twin Valley on the road. They're going to take on the Pioneers of Lampeter-Strasburg. I'm Jeff Nolan. See you at the half and after the game.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
If you're in the mood for smaller portions and higher prices, there's plenty of franchise fast food. But if you want a real meal that actually feeds your hunger, you want Noose's Deli in Morgantown. For over 40 years, they've served up hearty sandwiches with quality meats and cheeses bursting from the buns, burgers, chicken steaks, hoagies. Nobody does it like Noose's. Stop in or pick up a satisfying sandwich today, or let them cater your party. 610-286-6532. Located at 3160 Main Street in Morgantown. Noose's. Let our deli fill your belly.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
time for high school football. Presented by Savage Auto Group on 830 WEEU. The voice of Berks and beyond.
High school sports on 830 WEEU are brought to you in part by Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Everything Printing, Houndstown Ready, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Leone's Restaurant, Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, McGinty Motor Cars, Noose's Deli, Pizza Como, Reading Fight and Fills, Savage Auto Group, and Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society.
WEEU is proud to showcase the talent and skill of our local high school athletes. From every tackle to every blitz and every thrilling touchdown, we bring you the best calls and analysis. Now, live from the field, your hosts, Bob McCool and Matt Lytle.
One. Good evening, everyone, and welcome from Pioneer Field in Lancaster. Tonight, District 3 4A semifinal is the Twin Valley Raiders and the Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneers. Twin Valley at 9-2 overall, Lampeter-Strasburg at 11-0. They are combatants against one another in Section 4 of the Lancaster 11 League. The Raiders went 5-2 during the regular season, and the Pioneers were your Section 4 champions at 7-0. Again, a District 3 4A semifinal. Raiders reached the district semifinals for the second year in a row. They fell to Manheim Central last year in the semifinal. Lampeter-Strasburg falling to Bishop McDevitt in the other side of the bracket. But this for Twin Valley trying to make and reach another step. They have never played for a district football championship, but they have also revenge on their mind, looking for a different side of the equation, because in Week 9, Twin Valley was flat out embarrassed by the Pioneers at 62-14. But now healthy for the first time all season long. They face one of the toughest tests in terms of the defense. The Pioneers are as good as it gets on that side of the football, 8 points per game and 200 yards of defense per game as well. We saw them in week number 10 against Wyomissing, and they shut down the Spartans after beating Twin Valley the week before. High school sports is always presented by Savage Auto Group. It's live on WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. And if you haven't found it by now, or your friends and family haven't found it by now, you can watch all of our coverage for free at our YouTube page. It's 830 WEEU Sports at YouTube, and it's also available to you on Facebook Live as well. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more of our pregame show right after this from Lancaster County.
Hey there, pizza lovers. Leone's Restaurant in Elverson is the hidden gem you've been looking for. Dig into their signature pizza, baked to absolute perfection in their brick oven. Sample their diverse selection of globally inspired dishes. Dine at their family-owned establishment where the vibes are just right, or let them host your family and friends for the best celebration dinner event. Head on over to Leone's, 4225 Main Street in Elverson, or call 610-656-6134. Leone's Restaurant. If you know, you know.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Whether you've got a business presentation, invitations to a special event, or even banners for the big game, Everything Printing in Gilbertsville has you covered. From design to printing, they're your local experts for business cards, flyers, publications, posters, presentation materials, and, well, just about everything. Google Everything Printing and check out their stellar reviews. The most 5-starred in the region. Visit everythingprinting.com to make your project everything you've dreamed of. If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Welcome back to Lancaster County, again alongside Matt Lytle. My name is Bob McCool, getting you set for Twin Valley and Lampeter-Strasburg. The winner of this one moves on to play for district championship. They'll take on either the number 3 seed West York or the 2 seed Wyomissing. Those two teams battling one another at Bob Wolfram Field tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Let's bring in Matt Lytle as we get set for our plays, our keys to the game, and they're brought to you by RE/MAX Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame with over 20 years of experience finding countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770. Ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. Matt Lytle and his keys to tonight's District 3 semifinal.
Thanks, Bob. Keys for Twin Valley tonight. They need to control the clock, get ahead early, and force Lampeter-Strasburg to throw more often on early downs. Also, returning starter Drew Engel, along with Evan Johnson, the two big backs for Twin Valley, they need to play big tonight and take some of the pressure off of senior quarterback Evan Myers. Myers needs to protect the ball and make good decisions in the passing game. He has a 62% completion percentage on the year, 21 touchdowns versus 8 interceptions. For Twin Valley, this is a payback game. As for Lampeter-Strasburg, offensively, we'll need a big night out of the Brown House backfield. They will look to get senior running back and quarterback lots of touches behind their two bookend offensive tackles in Colin Shelley, 6'4", 290 junior, and Thad Wolf, 6'4", 315-pound sophomore. Defensively, look for Lampeter-Strasburg to have a big game from their strength and core linebacking crew, all seniors, Weichler, Floor, Schunauer, and Brown. Lampeter-Strasburg will try to control the line of scrimmage for sure tonight. Should be a good ball game.
And we are literally underway as Twin Valley kicks off. It goes for a touchback. Lampeter-Strasburg will get the football to start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And some shifting at the line of scrimmage, and Twin Valley a little bit maybe too geeked up. Looks like the Raiders jumped off sides. So before the first snap of the football game, we get our first penalty, and it puts the Pioneers into a 1st and 5. Our game time weather outlook is brought to you by Bachman Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling. No matter the weather, Bachman's has got you covered, whether your needs are residential or commercial. Bachman's has the home improvement process easy. Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. And our game time weather is a factor. Temperatures at 46 degrees, but it is the wind. Wind at about 10 miles an hour, gusting to 15 and maybe even 20 miles an hour as Caleb Howes on a quarterback keeper sweeps to the right side, picks up a couple. Pioneers right back to the line of scrimmage, going a little hurry up here on a 2nd and 3. Huge hole up the gut, and right up the gut and heading for the house is Danny Weichler, lined up as the fullback, and a huge hole to run through, and he will run all the way to the end zone, 73 yards. LS is on the board.
Bob, fullback dive right up the gut. He went untouched. He broke through the line of scrimmage untouched, took it the distance for a touchdown. Great opening drive. Great run by Weichler, just taking it the distance. First series of the game. Touchdown, Lampeter.
Just the 7th carry of the season for Weichler. And that quickly, Lampeter-Strasburg doing what they did against Twin Valley in week number 9, and that's scoring big. It just wasn't Weichler. It was Caleb Howes who did the heavy lifting on that day with 7 touchdown runs. But Weichler goes 73 yards, and the extra point is up and good from Peter Fiorello. And that quickly, the Pioneers jump out on top. We are only 32 seconds into the football game, and that quickly, it is 7-0 Lampeter-Strasburg on top. So we talked, Matt, about Twin Valley and where they were mentally, ready to go. They jump off sides right out of the gate before the first snap, and then a little bit of a different look from LS with the fullback dive. It's not really something we saw a whole lot of from LS. Obviously, Twin Valley wasn't expecting it either.
No, they were not. And Weichler, we just talked about, plays two ways. At linebacker, outside linebacker, he's a senior. Plays really well on the defensive side of the ball, but showed his speed hitting that center gap right there, taking it to distance in the fullback position. I mean, he went untouched. Once he broke through the line of scrimmage, nobody was catching him.
So it technically goes as a 3-play drive for LS, but 73 yards of it for Weichler, his first rushing touchdown of the season. And so we'll see how the Raiders respond. And we'll get you our starting lineups brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. New memberships are being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets and celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, a taste of Italy right here in Reading. Ian Johnson with a kickoff return, and he'll take it to about the 25-yard line for Twin Valley. The boys up front for the Raiders. Noah Giacomo Jr. is the center. Carter Fauble and Grayson Miller are the guards, and Aris Drake, the future midshipman at Navy, at 6'5", 295 at left tackle. Right tackle is Zach Troutman at 6'2" and 335. Twin Valley starts 1st and 10 from the 25, its own 25-yard line. That's senior quarterback and 4-year starter Evan Myers, who will hand it off to Drew Engel. Engel off right side will take it across the 30 into the 32. Quickly, the rest of the starters. Ben Grundy, Matt Knight, two valuable weapons as receivers. Pat Shanahan is the halfback. But this is where it gets big time for Twin Valley. It's the return of Evan Johnson and Drew Engel, both now healthy and in the backfield, with the 4-year starter at quarterback in Evan Myers. And with the run for Engel, he takes it to about the 32-yard line. And a gain of about 3 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 7 from the 32-yard line. And this time, all kinds of trouble.
Emery Floor on the tackle on the first play. Second play was Dominic Brown, another linebacker for Lampeter-Strasburg. That linebacker crew from Floor and Brown, Weichler. I mean, they have some players on that in that linebacker backfield.
Puts the Raiders now back to the 30-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 9. Myers on a sprint out to the right, stops, plant, steps up. Is he going to take off and run? He will. He'll get a little, but not a whole lot, as Lampeter-Strasburg will wrap up the quarterback at about the 34-yard line and a gain of 4. Twin Valley with a quick series. They're going to have to punt the football.
Brown on the tackle again for Lampeter-Strasburg, keeping Myers from gaining enough yards for the first down.
That defense for Lampeter-Strasburg, as I said, so good, giving up just 8 points a game. It's a 3-4 defensive alignment with Jai Stieberger and Colin Shelley as the ends and Big Thad Wolf in the middle. Then that 4 linebacker crew that Matt was referring to, Danny Weichler and Don Brown outside, Emery Floor and Preston Schonauer inside. The corners are Christian Nolt and Cole Lopez, Avon Cunningham, Caleb Howes as the safeties. And here on the kickoff return, the punt return is Avon Cunningham. Makes the first man miss, but a flag down right at that spot as Cunningham returns it out close to midfield. But let's see what the flag's all about. LS is already walking backwards.
Yeah, it looks like a block in the back early on. Started the return.
So let's see how Twin Valley's defense responds here. 1st and 10, and the Raiders on that block in the back against Twin Valley are going to start, against LS are going to start much further back. 9:37 to go in the first quarter. LS with the quick strike early. This time they'll start back at the 20, which ultimately is where they started their last drive. But this time they do so as a result of the penalty. So each team banged with a penalty early on. Caleb Howes, the senior quarterback, gets back to work with Don Brown sidecar to his left. He'll hand it off to Brown. No, he'll keep it himself, and Howes is wrapped up this time, something that Twin Valley did not do a very good job the first time, and they will bring the quarterback down right around the 21-yard line and a gain of just 1.
Yeah, great job by defensive end Grayson Miller, just staying at home on that play, on that fake by House, and he pulled it down, and Grayson Miller wrapped him up. 6'4", 250-pound sophomore.
So 2nd and 9 from the 21-yard line. House wants to throw for it, steps up, has time, looking for a little curl route, looking for as full extension. Emery Floor not going to be able to make the catch. Good coverage right there with him was Grant Moser. The incomplete pass will bring up 3rd and 9.
Beautiful throw there by House. Stood tall in the pocket. Nice spiral deep throw, and Floor did a heck of a job. Laid out, arms stretched, and just couldn't pull it in when he hit the ground.
Howes does complete it at 65% on the season. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards. He's run for over 1,000 yards. 3rd and 9 now, and they'll go back to the ground game of Brown looking for some daylight. It's not there. Twin Valley will clog things up at about the 25 to maybe the 27. And if that holds, it looks like LS will punt the football, so Twin Valley's defense does respond on the Pioneers' second series.
Grayson Miller again, defensive end for Twin Valley, 6 foot, 250-pound sophomore, in on the tackle to hold Lampeter-Strasburg from a first down, and looks like they're going to punt it away.
Don Brown in the first match between these two teams ran for 155 yards. That's a great day, but nobody noticed it because of what Caleb Howes did when he ran for 323 and 7 touchdowns. Here on the punt return is Ben Grundy, and Twin Valley's going to get great field position here. Down 7-0, 8:25 left to go in the first quarter. Raiders 1st and 10, and they will start from their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, really good field position.
This first quarter of football presented by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. 1st and 10 again for the Raiders from their own 46-yard line. Evan Myers will send Ben Grundy in motion from left side to right. The give is straight up the middle for Eden Johnson. Johnson will reach the 50, tries to pull his way forward for a little bit more, and that's it. 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, a little window dressing with Grundy going across in motion, and they handed off dive action to Johnson up the middle, and Johnson, hard fought gain of 4 to 5 yards on that play. And interesting, you got Angle and Johnson, just a 1-2 punch. I don't see Angle. He was in the first series.
Right.
Now second series, now you got Johnson.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see if you have both of the backs in the backfield in the same series.
First series was Angle. This series is Johnson. They both ran for 1,000 yards last year. Johnson having himself a solid year. Angle was hurt in the first game of the season. We had it for you against Berks Catholic and just finally got back to full health last week. This time it'll be Shanahan who goes in motion from right side to left. The give is to Johnson trying to go right side. He'll get a little, and there's Emery Floor again. I could literally just say Emery Floor in the tackle on almost every play as Johnson gets a yard into LS territory at the 49.
So a little color on that. Drew Angle played that first game of the season. So you got Evan Johnson's had 104 carries on the season to Drew Angle's 25.
Right.
So it just gives you a little understanding that Johnson's carried the load this season, and it's I'm sure Twin Valley's happy to have Angle back.
3rd and 5, and now Twin Valley's going to call an early timeout here. So Brett Myers sees something he doesn't like, and with 7:06 to be exact, left to go in the first quarter, the Raiders are going to call a timeout. Again, the winner of this game moves on to play West York and Wyomissing. Those two will play one another tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. 2 other games, of course, going on around involving Berks County in the District 3 playoffs. Wilson underway at John Gursky Stadium, taking on Central York. Conestoga Valley hosting Exeter as a revenge game as well, and that one in the 5A semifinals. And of course, that game, the same night that these two played each other in Week 9, Twin Valley and Lampeter-Strasburg, that was the night that Exeter and Conestoga Valley went down to the end. Exeter went for the win on the 2-point conversion. I don't know if there's anybody in Rifton who doesn't think that Jaden Santier didn't get into the end zone, but the guys in the striped jersey said he did not, and Conestoga Valley came with a win. They are playing right now at Conestoga Valley. 3rd and 5 coming up for Twin Valley, and they give it on a little misdirection play for Eden Johnson, and a nice hole to run through, and Eden Johnson looks like Twin Valley's going to move the sticks for the first time.
Once again, at the end of that run, Emery Floor on the tackle.
43-yard line is where he makes the tackle. They needed 5. They get 6. And Johnson does indeed get Twin Valley's first down. Matt Knight, tight to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Lucas Myers, the fullback, wing right, and Evan, his big brother, wants to throw for it. He's got Johnson, a little pass out of the flat in the backfield. He makes the first man miss, not the second. The second is Don Brown, who ties up Eden Johnson shy of the 35-yard line, but a solid 7 or 8 yards for Johnson on the first pass from Myers.
Yeah, trips to the boundary, and they quick got Johnson out in the flat. Nice little flat, throw, getting a nice gain of 7 to 8 yards on first down.
So call it 2nd and 3. They spotted at the 36-yard line for Twin Valley. Myers making the adjustment. Johnson is back in the backfield, sidecar to his right. 2 receivers to his right. Matt, the receiver to Knight to his left. Again, it's Johnson up the middle. He'll get a little, and then he gets stood up and pushed back. Jai Stieberger standing him up with Emery Floor there as well. Johnson gets maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, just a zone read there for Evan Myers, and reading that defensive end, handed off to Johnson. Johnson just hit the hole pretty hard, but Emery Floor and Stieberger were there just to keep him just short of that first down mark.
From the LS 34-yard line, 5:35 left to go. Pioneers 7, Raiders nothing. Twin Valley 34-yard line of the Pioneers, probably 4-down territory for Twin Valley. As Grundy will go in motion, there's a give is to Johnson, and a quick hitter should be enough for a first down. Coming around to wrap him up was Preston Schonauer, but the push, the surge up front from Twin Valley's offensive line moves it enough for a first down.
Yep, quick dive by Johnson, and Schonauer just couldn't get there in time. Johnson fell forward, enough for the first down. First down, Twin Valley with 5:17 left in quarter number 1.
Second in this series for the Raiders at the 32-yard line now for Twin Valley. Or excuse me, of the Pioneers. Ryan Remeter is in there now as the fullback, giving Lucas Myers a bit of a breather. They'll rotate in and out as that
halfback, fullback, you call what you want in this wing T based offense that Brett Myers uses. Now Lucas Myers is actually in there as a receiver. They run the option, and Evan Myers will keep it himself. Quarterback up the middle will get stood up at about the 31-yard line, and it's Stieberger again who stands him up. Evan Myers doesn't go down easily. Gain of maybe a yard or so, or two on the play. That's it.
He's got little brother coming down, little motion down, comes across and is looking to block. That was Emery Floor on that block. Little brother blocking for older brother there on that quarterback dive.
Lucas, the sophomore, Evan, the senior. 2nd down and 8 now from the 31. Johnson stays in as the back. Lucas Myers is on a wing on the left. That's the direction they run, but I think he may have moved a little quickly. Flag on the play, and I think this is going to cost Twin Valley 5 yards. It does. So that'll back them up now to a 2nd and 13. Back at the 36-yard line. Clock at 4:12 to go in quarter number 1.
Number 9, Joey Buckley coming in right now into tight end position.
Lucas Myers, that is, will actually split out as a receiver, as Remeter will come in as that H-back. So they'll split Lucas Myers out now as a wide receiver on the left side, with Matthew Knight split out on the right. Lots of adjustments at the line of scrimmage. And play action fake. Evan Myers has time. Now he steps up in the pocket. He's got a man wide open, but he went the wrong side. Wide open in the middle of the field was Ryan Remeter, but he threw it on over his left shoulder. Remeter was looking the other way.
Dominic Brown put it just enough pressure on Evan Myers as he was looking to get the ball to Remeter down the middle of the field, and Remeter was looking over the wrong shoulder. Myers had to get rid of it, and just Remeter didn't have enough time to make the adjustment to get back to the ball. So incomplete. That was a big miss there for Twin Valley on a big play.
So it's 3rd and 13 now for the Raiders. Again, from the LS 36-yard line. Aiden Hardy now checks in as a receiver. He split out on the left side. Myers, again, has time, looking downfield, looking for Eden Johnson, and it's incomplete. Johnson on a deep post pattern, just a little bit too far out of his reach, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Empty backfield. You had all verticals down the field, and he had Johnson 2 steps behind the secondary and overthrew him about 2-3 yards. That's another, check that off for a home run ball, just out of reach for Johnson.
As I said before, Twin Valley pretty much in a nothing to lose situation and go for it on 4th down here. 4th and 13 at the 36. Too far for a field goal, not much to be gained out of a punt.
Empty again.
And now Johnson will shift into the backfield. And Myers will roll that way to his right. Stops, plants, ball is deflected and incomplete. I think it was Stieberger got his hands on it, and the incomplete pass will turn it over to LS on downs.
Yes, indeed. Jai Stieberger, nice job getting his hands up, knocking that ball down, and keeping Twin Valley from gaining that 1st down on 4th down.
So the LS defense gives a little, but ultimately puts up the stop sign inside their own 40. Twin Valley doesn't help itself with that penalty. And now the Pioneers will take possession back at their own 36-yard line with 3:41 to go in period number 1. It's 7-0. Lampeter-Strasburg on top on the 73-yard touchdown run for Danny Weichler. Caleb House will give it to Dom Brown. Brown looking for daylight. There's nothing there. Just a great job of stacking up that middle this time by Twin Valley defensively. And they will get him back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Yeah, a lot of pursuit there by Twin Valley. I think that front 7 did a great job keeping Brown from gaining anything. It was 2nd and 10. There was no gain on that play.
4 receivers for Howes, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Schonauer and Hostetter to his right, Floor and Weichler to his left. Howes is in trouble, looking to buy himself some time. Chased by Buckley, steps up and throws. Pass, was it caught? No, out of bounds.
It was caught, but it was out of bounds. Mason Hostetter making a nice catch, trying to drag his feet, but he was out of bounds. He had Emery Floor, his tight end, down the middle of the field. I don't know, he's running out of real estate over here on the short side of the field, so House, I'm not sure, had time to see him, but ended up extending the play, getting it to Mason Hostetter just out of bounds.
Sophomore Joey Buckley was bearing down on Howes, forcing him to throw that football maybe sooner than he wanted to. 3rd and 10. Twin Valley showing a blitz, coming right up the gut for Howes. He's trying to get out of there, and he won't get out of there as they'll grab a hold of the jersey and not let him get away. Grayson Miller Had him by the shirt tail.
Grayson Miller's having a game at defense for Twin Valley so far. Number 63, 6'1", 255-pound junior. Also plays right guard for them.
So that'll go down as a sack as they drop him back at the 35-yard line. More importantly, they force LS to punt the football for a second straight series. So Twin Valley's defense buckling down here a little bit. Ben Grundy, the return man, awaiting the punt from Peter Fiorello. It's a line drive kick that will hit and on the turf will roll LS's way inside the 30 and down to about almost the 25-yard line. 7-0 our score remains. 2:16 to go in the first quarter, and the third offensive series coming for the Twin Valley Raiders. Their best series last time. They picked up a couple of first downs, but unable to put any points on the board. College football for you tomorrow afternoon, here on WEEU as Penn State at Purdue. 3:30 kickoff. Pregame show gets underway at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Join Rich Garcello and myself for Nittany Extra at 1:30. First and 10 for Twin Valley. The 26 high snap. Myers hands it off to Engel. Engel runs into Emery Floor, but he's all but about 4 yards downfield when he does so. So it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up.
Emery Floor and Jai Steberger over in getting their nose in on the tackle on running back Engel.
I don't know how many tackles Emery Floor has on the season, but I will tell you it's a lot.
It is a lot. That linebacking
whatever the number is, it's large.
Emery Floor, Brown, Schonauer. There's some players, and then you got Weichler as well. They've got some players in the linebacker, all seniors. 2nd and 6, another high snap, and again the handoff is to Engel. And, Matt, I don't know how much that offsets that handoff when that high snap on a running play. It makes a big difference. When the quarterback's got to jump up in the air, it's that seating of the ball, making sure that ball's seated, and timing. Timing is everything in football. Game of inches, right? That was the big boy making a tackle for Lampeter.
Bad Wolf.
Yeah, that was number 56, Colin Shelley.
Here's Myers wanting to throw for it on 3rd down. Got a bad downfield, looking for Engel on a route downfield, the go route, but right there with him, stride for stride, was another of those linebackers in Don Brown. So you pick him up out of the backfield, and Brown with good coverage downfield, and Myers now has missed on 4 straight passes, and that quickly, the Twin Valley Raiders will have to punt the football again.
Nice job by Don Brown. Lampeter's running back on the coverage on that, playing linebacker. Didn't give Engel an opportunity. Had great coverage on him.
And so Grundy is the punter, and Cunningham, the return man for LS, will let it roll, and it keeps on rolling and keeps on rolling for Twin Valley, and it rolls all the way inside the LS 20-yard line. So a great job by Grundy on the punt, and we are now inside of a minute left to go in a fast-moving first quarter of football. 7-0 Lampeter-Strasburg on top. Pioneers have it. They're going to be backed up inside their own 20-yard line at the 19 after the nice punt by Ben Grundy.
I don't know, Bob. Number 5 got the ball once for 73-yard run. I don't
think he's been out on offense, and he's not in the backfield for sure. He's lining up as a receiver. That's where they'll put him.
Yeah.
They don't normally line him up as a fullback, but they did there. And Twin Valley wasn't expecting him. So it's 3 to the right and 1 in Floor to the left. And it's Brown trying to get to the right side, and he won't get much. Good job by Twin Valley. They don't let him get around the edge. They keep him contained, and they'll allow him to get to maybe the 23. It's about a 2 or 3 yard pickup for Don Brown.
Evan Johnson and Elijah Zimmerman on the tackle on the play there, keeping Brown from getting any more yards. Good first down run by Brown for 4 yards.
He picks up 4. Howell's in the pocket. Now he's running out of the pocket, looking for somebody to get open, and he'll throw it again, trying to keep his feet in bounds. And Hostetter this time again cannot keep the foot in bounds. Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, Hostetter made a nice little toe tap there on the sidelines, but when he hit the ground, the ball came loose. So incomplete pass there down the sidelines.
Twin Valley doing a great job to get into Caleb House's face. They're not giving him any time back there to set up. And if, in fact, he's trying to turn it upfield, they haven't allowed him to get free.
He is throwing some very nice balls. Emery Floor made this diving catch over here. We had 2 Hostetters along the sidelines. He's at least making them catchable.
3rd and 6 now for LS. Again, the same 3 on the right side with Floor on the left by his lonesome. Don Brown sidecar to the right. Twin Valley almost jumped offside, but they stayed. Caleb Howes this time on a sprint out to the right. Stops, plants, throws. Again, looking for Hofstetter. This one's too tall and an incomplete pass, and that quickly it's 4th down.
Come back here by Hofstetter along the sidelines. House set up, threw a nice ball. It was high where only Hofstetter could get it, and Hofstetter just went right through his hands, couldn't bring it in.
So these two teams combined for 76 points the last time they played. Now, in truth, LS had 62 of those 76, but right now this has become a defensive battle. Nobody's being able to pick up a first down, and LS for the 3rd straight series without a first down will punt the football. In fact, the only first down LS has was that 73-yard touchdown run by Weichler. High short kick this time. Grundy will have no chance at it. He just needs to stay away from it because Twin Valley's going to get good field position again, this time right at midfield. With 3 seconds to go in the first quarter, Twin Valley with great field position here, down 7-0, starts right at midfield. So can the Raiders take advantage of it? The last time they had it at the 46, they were able to get it as far down as the 31 of LS, but that's as far as it went.
Quick change of possession there. That was a Brown run followed by 2 House throws and 2 incomplete House throws to Hofstetter.
Myers wants to throw for it, a play action. He's just going to dump it off for Grundy, a little flanker screen, but there's nobody there to set a block as Grundy will step into LS territory, and that's it. And that's also it for the first quarter. After one, District 3 4A semifinal, the winner moves on. The loser's season is over. Lampeter-Strasburg 7, Twin Valley nothing. Back to Lancaster County with more after this. High school football presented by Savage Auto Group continues on WEEU in Reading.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch. If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
We start quarter number 2 alongside Matt Lytle. My name is Bob McCool. Twin Valley with the football. Handoff is to Ian Johnson. Johnson has a block. He's across the 40 to the 30 in a foot race down the far sidelines inside the 20 and finally run down by Caleb Howes. Twin Valley with a big first down run and in prime field position to start the second quarter.
Really nice job there by Evan Johnson getting outside. And you saw Caleb House take the angle to catch up with Johnson just to keep him from going in the end zone.
And now a little hurry up. They go right back to Johnson, starting from the 17. Johnson will pick his way for maybe a yard or so. The chain crew didn't really even get set yet, and Twin Valley snapped the football. And the Raiders have it now. We'll call it second down and about 8 from the 15-yard line.
Tackle there made by number 2, Avon Cunningham, senior defensive back.
A 32-yard run for Eden Johnson sets them up now, trying to take advantage of it for a game-tying score. 2nd and 8 from the LS 15-yard line. Right back to Johnson, right up the middle, and a big hole to run through inside the 5. It's going to be 3rd and short now coming up for Twin Valley.
Emery Floor again in on the tackle, and that was Floor, who he's coming into tonight, had 106 tackles on the season so far. And he's got, we called his name how many times tonight?
That's at least 7. It's 3rd down, and we'll call it 2 now for LS. Engel is now the back in the backfield. He'll get the call, and Drew Engel will find the end zone.
Touchdown, Twin Valley.
Another great surge up front by Twin Valley's offensive line, starting to impose their will a little bit here against the Pioneers. And they're now an extra point away from tying up the football game.
Yeah, off left tackle there, Aris Drake. They ran right up his backside, and Aris Drake, 6'5", 295-pound senior, heading to Navy. I mean, he definitely opened some holes on that left side for Twin Valley, and Engel definitely found some room to punch it in for 6.
Got to feel good for Drew Engel to get in the end zone. Just his 4th touchdown of the season with the injury issues over the course of the year, and nearly Dom Brown got through it, almost blocked that extra point attempt, but it is good as Nate Schaefer gets it through. And with 10:43 to go in quarter number 2, we are even. Twin Valley 7, LS 7. Back to Lancaster County with more high school football and WEU after this.
If you're in the mood for smaller portions and higher prices, there's plenty of franchise fast food. But if you want a real meal that actually feeds your hunger, you want Noose's Deli in Morgantown. For over 40 years, they've served up hearty sandwiches with quality meats and cheeses bursting from the buns, burgers, chicken steaks, hoagies. Nobody does it like Noose's. Stop in or pick up a satisfying sandwich today, or let them cater your party. 610-286-6532. Located at 3160 Main Street in Morgantown. Noose's. Let our deli fill your belly.
7-7 our score, Matt. We've been talking before the game. We talked with Brett Myers about it, all the things about revenge, and we weren't that team, all that kind of stuff. And then, bang, it's 7-0 on a 73-yard run. And then you start thinking, oh, here we go again. That drive by Twin Valley is as much a mental statement as it is a physical statement for the Raiders to be right back in this ballgame.
Definitely. The Twin Valley's defense is doing a heck of a job. They've been really keeping Lampeter-Strasburg at bay until this
kickoff return. This is Cole Lopez on the kickoff return. Just flipped the field and into Twin Valley territory before Ryan Remender brings him down all the way down inside the Raider 30-yard line. So Twin Valley puts it in the end zone, and on the ensuing kickoff, junior Cole Lopez with a huge kickoff return. They're going to spot him down at the Twin Valley 30-yard line.
No, I knew Lampeter-Strasburg would respond, but they responded right away. Really nice job there by Cole Lopez, junior kick returner.
So now they'll go to Dom Brown, and Brown tries to turn the edge, and the guy who made the tackle on special teams makes the tackle here. Ryan Remender gaining just a yard for Dom Brown. As Matt just said, Twin Valley's defense has now forced LS into 3 straight series of 3 plays and a punt. How can they do it here with the Pioneers on a 2nd and 9 now at the 29? Play action fake. Howes wants to throw it. This time he's got all kinds of time waiting for somebody. He's got a man wide open in the end zone.
Weichler.
Danny Weichler wide open in the end zone. Caleb Howes finds him, and that quickly. Twin Valley with the answer. LS with the answer.
Weichler slipped out the backside and was uncovered the whole way down into the end zone and standing in the end zone with his hands up, and House found him, almost overthrew him out of the end zone. Weichler made a nice jump to catch that ball, bring it down for a touchdown. So that's twice on the evening so far.
Danny Weichler with 5 touchdowns on the season. He's got 2 of them tonight, 1 on the ground and now 1 through the air. And with the extra point, Peter Fiorello comes right back with an extra point to make it a 14-7 game. So all those things we just talked about with Twin Valley to be bounced back in the game that quickly. LS with the answer. Special teams makes it work.
Special teams for sure. That kick return by Cole Lopez really set it up. So LS responded quickly to regain that lead. 14-7. Lampeter-Strasburg takes the lead.
Caleb Howes with his 13th touchdown pass of the season. And Twin Valley's done a great job of getting into his face in this game. Different story that time. He had all kinds of time to throw it. Goes as a 29-yard completion to Weichler. And again, he was wide open in the end zone. Takes them just 2 plays to get in the end zone. So they're touchdown drives, you want to call them that. One went 3 plays. And this one goes just 2. But again, it was only 30 yards thanks to Cole Lopez's long kickoff return. So right back at it for Twin Valley to see how the Raiders respond. Still 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter. So a ton of time left to go in this first half for Twin Valley. Drew Engel, Ben Grundy are the return men, awaiting the kickoff from Fiorello. And Engel will take it, and he just stepped into the end zone as he did so, trying to get the return, but the back foot went into the end zone. And in a high school game, once that foot is in the end zone, it is a touchback. And so Twin Valley will start from its own 20-yard line. So the big offensive series, the 2 good offensive series for Twin Valley, they started just beyond midfield and at midfield. This time they'll start at the 20. Evan Myers 2 for 6 so far throwing the football for just 8 yards. Again, we'll send Aiden Hardy split out to the right. Grundy and Knight, or it's actually Shanahan and Knight on the left. Now Shanahan will go in motion from left side to right. And Myers wants to throw for it. He's got a man. Hardy is open, and he cannot hold on to the football at midfield.
Number 4, Aiden Hardy, wide open, running down the field. Had 2 steps behind the last Lampeter-Strasburg defender. That was number 26, Cole Lopez, on the defense. And just Lopez came and broke up that ball. Aiden Hardy should have brought that ball in. And I was just about to say, Evan Myers, 2 for 6, is very unlike him. On the season so far, Myers has thrown for over 1,500 yards, 21 TDs, 8 interceptions, 62% completion. So 2 of 6 is very un-Evan Myers-like.
2nd down and 10 now as a result. Now they're going to run a toss sweep for Engel right side, trying to get around the edge. Makes the first man miss, lowers the shoulder across the 25. Don Brown maybe mistimed that dive a little bit too much, and Engel gets outside, turns it upfield for a gain of about 7, puts Twin Valley in a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, a little quick toss to Engel to the strong side of the field, and Engel lowered the boom on even Cunningham on the sidelines for that extra yardage for a gain, as you said, 7 yards, Bob.
So again, very quickly, Twin Valley's in another 3rd down spot here. Grundy split on the left side with Hardy in the slot. Knight tight to the right. Myers going to roll out, bootleg out to the left, but a whistle before the snap. And this is going to be another procedure penalty against Twin Valley. Raiders jump off sides for the 2nd time. It's also their 3rd penalty. And now instead of 3rd and 3, they're in a 3rd and 8.
Younger brother Lucas Myers in there at tight end or H-back was down the field looking like he was going out for a deep route, looking to catch the ball from his older brother, Evan.
Lucas is a threat to both run and catch the football, but and he's scored in both capacities. Right now, Twin Valley just looking for a 1st down here on a 3rd and 8, backed up at their own 22.
Looks like they're going to repeat the play. So it's a flood to the left, roll out. He's thrown to his brother, and number 4 picked off by Christian Nolt, number 4.
Christian Nolt with the interception return, and LS with the turnover that's going to put them in a short field and at a prime position coming up. Big play there by the defense for LS on the interception, the 9th of the season for the Pioneer, is thrown by Evan Myers.
I think that's 2 for 8 now for Evan Myers.
Yep, 2 for 8 with the interception. Yep. And it puts LS in prime position again with a 14-7 lead and 8:45 left to go in the first half. And they are in Twin Valley territory at the Raider 23-yard line. And nothing happening this time with Brown getting the handoff. Brown will get forward progress to about the 21 and a gain of 2 at 2nd and 8.
Carter Fauble in their senior defensive line stacking up House on that run following Brown up the hole.
So they bunch everybody to the right side now for LS with Brown on the left side, and they'll give it to him again on the handoff. This time a better job of LS's offensive line, opening up a little bit of a push. And Brown will take it down to about the 17, gains 4, gets half of what they need for the 1st down. It's 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Joey Buckley tripped him up. Brown, that was a big run there. It looked like he was going to get more. Nice job by Buckley bringing him down.
Pioneers quickly back to the line of scrimmage, but now a flag before they snap the football. So it looks like LS
start.
a little bit too quick. Now they'll jump off sides. Instead of 3rd and 4, backs them up to 3rd and 9. So both teams trying to play a little hurry up at times, but in this case, playing a little bit too fast.
Got to let your guys get set.
Clock inside of 8 minutes to go in the half. Big spot here for Twin Valley's defense. They're down 14-7. LS has it 3rd and 9 at the Twin Valley 22-yard line after the Christian Nolt interception. Danny Weichler split out to the left. Howes wants to throw for it. Cross the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Stieberger in there on the offensive side as a tight end, but it's too far out in front and incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Twin Valley on the blitz, putting the pressure on House. House looking for Stieberger on that crossing route. Ryan Rementer, nice job on the coverage, breaking that ball up down the field.
So it's 4th down now and 9 for LS, and it looks like they're going to bring in Fiorello to try to kick the field goal. This will be a 39-yard field goal attempt for Peter Fiorello. Try to take advantage of this short field after the interception. Wind blowing to Fiorello from his left side. Kick, and he hooked it left. No good. So Twin Valley dodges the bullet after the interception in the short field. LS comes away with no points. It remains 14-7 Pioneers on top with 7:32 left to go in the first half. And Twin Valley will take possession.
Big missed opportunity there. 7 minutes left in the half. That would put Lampeter-Strasburg up 10. Still a 7-point ball game here.
Oh, Twin Valley again trying to pick itself back up off the deck. Eden Johnson is now back in the backfield, and it's going to be Johnson on the left side trying to find something. Nothing. Maybe a yard to the 21. That's it.
Yeah. Weichler, number 5. Danny Weichler in on the tackle. Senior linebacker keeping Johnson from a gain of maybe a half a yard.
Joey Buckley in as the tight end. He's lined up more of a slot on the right side. Matthew Knight split out on the left. Ben Grundy split out on the right. And again, Eden Johnson, who has 8 carries on the night. Joe Engel, who has 6, not out on the floor, not on the field right now. Lucas Myers, the H-back, moves from the right wing to the left. On 2nd and 9 for Twin Valley from its own 21-yard line. Myers puts Grundy in motion. Myers will roll to the left. Now wants to throw back to the right, and he's just going to spike that one. He wanted to go back to Lucas Myers, but Weichler was there, and he just spiked it.
Weichler and Stieberg, yeah, it was a quick rollout, throwback, fullback or H-back type screen to the field, and they were all over Lucas Myers. Nice job by senior linebacker Danny Weichler staying at home, and a nice job by Evan Myers too.
Yep.
You know, knowing that
Nothing
he's covered,
there.
throwing it in the ground, moving on to the next down. 3rd and 10 for Twin Valley.
So it's both Grundy and Knight now on the right side with Aiden Hardy on the left for Twin Valley. Grundy split out, Knight on the slot. Myers steps up in the pocket. Now he escapes. Now he makes a man miss, but he cannot get away as he can get away. Slips a tackle and will turn this into a first down run. Looked like he was pinned, but Evan Myers slips free and gets it all the way out to the 34, first down, Twin Valley.
Really nice job by Evan Myers on the scrambled drill there. He had pressure all around him, coming from behind him, and I thought Lampeter-Strasburg was going to get him from behind, and Evan Myers got upfield just in the nick of time and got down for a first down.
He is a gutsy kid, and one thing he wants to do is win football games, and he will do what he can to keep his team going. In a 13-yard first down run keeps the Raiders on the field. Eden Johnson, however, will not be able to turn the left edge as he's brought down from behind as LS gets in the backfield and gets to him, and I believe that was Weichler it was.
Brown and Weichler on the tackle.
Loss of a yard back to the 33 puts Twin Valley in a 2nd and 11. Eden Johnson literally on a sweep to the left did not even get the line of scrimmage. Brought down from behind. Now Grundy will come out. Lucas Myers, that is, will move over to the wide receiver spot on the right. On 2nd down and 11. Engel now in as the back in the backfield. Active to him, and Myers will keep it himself. Slips a tackle, 35-40, and Lucas Myers out close to a first down before Caleb Howells brings him down. Little quarterback on quarterback crime there, about 2 yards shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, it looked like Evan Myers looked like he got to the ground in nick of time. House looked like he was coming up to make a big stick, and it wasn't much of a impact hit. But nevertheless, nice gain on 2nd down, so we got 3rd and 2.
Much more manageable 3rd and 2 coming up here for Twin Valley. They stack it up on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Myers, of course, from the shotgun. We'll give it to Engel. Good surge, has him the first down, and Engel will fight for the rest of it all the way out to midfield and steps into Pioneer territory at the LS 49-yard line. First down, Twin Valley.
Really nice job by that front 5 offensive line by Twin Valley, just getting the pressure on the defensive line there for LS, enough for Engel to follow, and we got a LS player down.
One of the defensive linemen for LS is down on the field. Stops the clock with 4:46 remaining in the first half. Pioneers 14, Raiders 7. Again, the winner of this one moves on to a district final. For Twin Valley, it would be the first time ever. They made it to the semifinals for the first time last year before losing to Manheim Central. Lampeter-Strasburg, a different story. Pioneers this time, this is their 19th appearance in the District 3 playoffs, All time, they are 24-15. They were the runner-up to McDevitt in 2021. They won a district championship in 2019 and 2020. That was under their former head coach, John Mannion, who was going to be headed into the Lampeter-Strasburg Hall of Fame. And then Victor Reidenauer, who was John Mannion's defensive coordinator for a number of years and took over for John Mannion as the head coach. And now in his 4 years, Victor Reidenauer is 40-8 as he stands over one of his injured players out there. Get a chance to talk to him before the game. Just a really good, down-to-earth guy. And a really interesting story, if you got a chance to hear our pregame show that he was talking about with Jeff Nolan beforehand, that he has diagnosed with MS and he had some issues with his sight before the season, and just really kind of taking a perspective of happy to be here and appreciative of the opportunity he has to come out here every day and coach these kids. And he can't stop talking about how much he likes these kids and enjoys being around these kids every day.
Yeah, his mindset is where it needs to be. He's blessed that he gets, today to be the coach today, and really respect that. He talked about Caleb House, his quarterback. He's such a good guy on the field and off, and always wanting to help others. Just real class acts here at LS.
The injured player was Dominic Dixon. Senior was in there on defense. He is helped up and able to walk off the field in his own power, so that's obviously a good sign as Twin Valley has the football in LS territory after the angle run. Makes it 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Pioneer 49-yard line. Biggest run of the day so far for Drew Engel, going for 9. He'll stay in there as the back in the backfield. Matt Knight split out to the right. Ben Grundy split out to the left. Now Grundy will go in motion, and they fake the handoff on the jet sweep. Engel with a big hole to run through, and he takes it inside the 45 and down to the LS 41-yard line.
Emery Floor on the shoestring tackle there, tripping him up just short of the first down mark. Just hitting the A-gap. A-gap dive by Engel. Looks like he's going to come right back to it.
Right back on the quick hitter, and he gets popped just around the first down marker.
I think he fell forward for it, Bob.
They needed to get to the LS 39. No signal yet from the officiating crew. It looks like they'll put the tail of the football at the 40. So officially it's 3rd and 1 coming up for Twin Valley.
Just short.
Now they'll pack everybody tight, and they'll give it to Engel, but a whistle before the snap of the football. This is going to be a big call here. And it's a procedure against Twin Valley. Will cost them 5. It'll cost them a first down as well. Now it'll be 3rd and 6.
This has happened on both sides of the ball. These false start penalties are just slowing these drives up. It's like, let your players get set. And it's got obviously coming from the sidelines from the coaches, the hurry up style offense.
Right.
But you can't hurry up until your guys are set first. Got to have that, they all need to be set before you hike that ball.
So it's 3rd and 6 now. It'll still be 4-down territory for Twin Valley if they don't get it here. From the LS 35-yard line. Myers will hand it off. Right back up the gut goes Engel. So right now, Twin Valley just trying to play some power football, and Engel will get a couple. They're going to put him back to where they were before at the 41-yard line. They got half of it now. It's 4th and 3.
Floor and Stieberger in on the tackle. 4th and a long two.
Yep, coming up here for the Raiders. 3:10 left to go in the first half. They're down 14-7. Long snap count.
Looks like it was a freeze play here. Now
LS stays home. See if they get him to jump off sides. Now Myers making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Angles is back. Now Lucas Myers will go in motion from right side to left, and that's going to
play clock down to 0.
Yep, did they call a timeout? They did. Twin Valley called the timeout just before the play clock hit 0. So I think a lot of that was just to see if they could get LS to jump off sides, and the Pioneers held on.
Nice job there by Brett Myers calling that timeout as the clock was striking 0 on that play clock.
Right, and again, that well-schooled Lampeter-Strasburg defense just doesn't make mistakes. We talked about this, Matt, so much when we did that game against Wyomissing in Week 10. They stay home. They stay their assignments. They play. I mean, you talk about assignment football and defense. That's what every coach will talk about. But they live it. I mean, those 4 linebackers they don't get themselves out of position.
They do. They're seniors. They know they got a nose for the football. But it also,
it can't hurt to have two kids 6'4", 315 pounds at the defensive tackle position taking up blocks, right?
Absolutely, especially in a 3-4.
Right? Allow those linebackers to run sideline to sideline.
Here we go again on 4th, and we'll call it a short 3.
And they got him
Angle
stopped.
got it. Does he have enough? For a spot is close.
It's going to be close.
They say no. Brett Myers is livid. He thought for sure they had enough, but the officials say no, it's Pioneer football. So on downs, Twin Valley will turn it over with 2:46 to go in the half.
That was close. That was very close. And I thought we would see at least a chain gang come out.
Yeah, they didn't even measure. So they spotted it right back to where it was, the tail of the football at the 40. LS has all of 3 of its timeouts left. They have it now at their own 40-yard line. Again, in top 14-7. Here's Brown. Brown this time sees a hole. Brown just tripped up at midfield and dives to about the 46.
The turf monster got him because nobody touched him. He was ready to just hit his head off of the goalpost. I know Brown's going to want that run back.
Instead, it goes as a 13-yard run to the Twin Valley 47 and right back to Dom Brown inside the 45 to the 42. He gets 5 of it back. 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, 2 big runs there by Brown back to back. Same play, off tackle to the right.
2:20 and counting in the first half.
And we're going to run it a 3rd time to Brown, off tackle.
And another first down run. Brown just sidesteps enough of a tackle to take it inside to close to the 35. They'll spot him down at the 36. 6 yards more for Dom Brown. And again, the chain gang moves. And it saves a timeout as well for LS with that, with now 2:08 and counting in the half. From the Twin Valley 36-yard line. Right back to Brown. This time not happening. Stack him up at the 34. Let's see if the Pioneers call a timeout. Not doing it yet. The clock at 1:50 and counting after the 2-yard gain for Brown.
No, I think you got to look, is Twin Valley going to call a timeout to hopefully get the ball back? I think Lampeter-Strasburg, I think they're going to run this clock down.
2nd down and 8 now from the 34-yard line. Howes will run it himself this time. He hasn't done that for a while, and he bounces off a couple of tackles before eventually Twin Valley will wrap him up and deny him any further. Elijah Zimmerman wrapping him up, and now a timeout is called. With Caleb Howes wrapped up at the 30-yard line after a gain of about 4. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 now coming up for the Pioneers.
Was that the Pioneers timeout, or was that Twin Valley?
I believe it was LS. It was. LS called the timeout. So they still have 2 left. Twin Valley has 1 left, with the Pioneers having it now 3rd and 4 at the 30-yard line of Twin Valley. Huge spot in this football game both ways. A 14-7 game. LS puts points on the board. It's a huge advantage. Twin Valley comes up with a stop. It's even bigger. And Twin Valley will get the football to start the 3rd quarter.
Correct, Bob. Pivotal point in this game with 1:26 left. Really a 2-score swing here, either way you look at it.
I also think it's interesting. That's really, from a Howes standpoint, that's really the first time he's really looked to run the football. Officially, he's got 3 carries. One of them is a sack. But it's been much more of Dom Brown running and Caleb Howes throwing than we've seen him running the football tonight. See if that changes here on 3rd and 4. Nope, it's Brown again. Big hole. Brown piles his way inside the 25, bounces off a tackle, still on his feet, and all the way down to the 15-yard line of first down run.
Incredible run there by Dom Brown. I mean, he spin move and everything. He kind of looked like a little Saquon Barkley-esque, spin move, just bouncing off tacklers all the way down to the Twin Valley
15-yard line. 1st and 10 at 1:20 left to go in the half. Right back to Brown. Sidesteps 1 tackler, fights his way inside the 10, and here comes the flag. A little pushing and shoving after the play was over, away from the football. And a flag comes in as Brown is brought down at around the 8-yard line. The play stands at 2nd and 3, but let's see what the flag's all about. Personal foul penalty is going to be, they pointed to LS, now they've changed it and pointed to Twin Valley. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal line, which was the 8. So now it's going to be at the 4-yard line after the 7-yard run for Dom Brown. So penalties costing Twin Valley dearly in this football game. This one only half the distance, but they were at the 8. Now they're at the 4. First down, goal to go. And they'll go back to Brown. Brown bounces off a tackle and a second and into the end zone.
Touchdown, Lampeter. Touchdown, Pioneers.
Dom Brown running tough tonight, and he takes his way in for the touchdown. And the Pioneers take themselves a 2-score lead. A minute and change left to go in the half. And the Pioneers take it in for the score. Dom Brown on his 21st rushing touchdown of the season. Fiorello on for the extra point attempt. And he hooked it he got it through. I'm going to say right through, but he got it through on the hook.
That was a hook or a curveball, whatever you want to call it. That kick was not pretty, but still was good.
It counted as a point. It's 21-7. We'll take a timeout. Back with more high school football presented by Savage Auto Group on WEEU after this.
Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's Rewards Program. Purchase select items at Redner's and unlock big savings on groceries and fuel. Redeem your points in-store and fill your shopping cart with fantastic deals like buy 3, get the 4th free. Save on fuel, too. Enjoy discounts at Redner's Quick Stop, Speedway, and many other locations. Get 5 cents off per gallon for every $50 spent. Plus, discover tons of special offers, digital deals, and surprise savings available to rewards customers. Start saving today. Sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com. Hey there, pizza lovers. Leone's Restaurant in Elverson is the hidden gem you've been looking for. Dig into their signature pizza, baked to absolute perfection in their brick oven. Sample their diverse selection of globally inspired dishes. Dine at their family-owned establishment where the vibes are just right, or let them host your family and friends for the best celebration dinner event. Head on over to Leone's, 4225 Main Street in Elverson, or call 610-656-6134. Leone's Restaurant. If you know, you know.
Dom Brown puts it in the end zone, officially an 8-play, 60-yard drive for the Pioneers, who now have a 2-score lead at 21-7. And Eden Johnson is going to get a chance on a kickoff return here from his own 5. Across the 25 and 30, kicks it outside to the 35 and 40. Still on his feet before he's finally brought down. Isaiah Wilson on the tackle for LS, but a nice kickoff return to the 46-yard line, and still 54 seconds left to go for Twin Valley. They've got one timeout.
Yeah, really nice job there by Evan Johnson, on that return. 46 yards back, it really sets Twin Valley up with 54 seconds. They can go in their two-minute hurry-up offense and right where Twin Valley needs to be to get points on the board before half.
Evan Myers in a naked backfield. Now Eden Johnson will shift in, now go in motion, and Myers will keep it himself. Quarterback draw play. Myers will take it into Pioneer territory. Picks up a couple.
Gain of about 5 or 6.
5, yeah, we'll call it at the 49-yard line, and a gain of 5 for Myers as the Raiders quickly get to the line of scrimmage, trying to hold on to that timeout with now 35 seconds left to go in the half. Myers now wants to throw for it. Steps up in the pocket, steps away from the pressure, looking for somebody to break open. Tries to send Ben Grundy deep, and it's picked off. Caleb Howes out of nowhere. The free safety picked it off.
So first play, they run a quarterback draw. Second play, Evan Myers steps up. It's a 4-receiver route, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. Myers steps up, has a whole bunch of running room in front of him, and looked to force it to Grundy down the sidelines. He was double covered, and he had about 10 to 15 yards of running room there. When he sees that tomorrow, he's going to be disappointed because Evan Myers can run the rock.
And so instead, after the Howes interception, I would imagine that LS Well, I was going to say, they'll probably take a knee here with 25 seconds left to go. But then again, with the game breakers in the backfield, maybe not. And Howes will keep it himself. Howes looking for some daylight, trying to get wrapped up by Buckley. Eventually will get wrapped up after picking up a couple to about the 33. And it looks like Victor Ridenauer is going to call a timeout here and not let the clock expire and try to make – I stand corrected. He is not – he walked out on the field. I thought he was going to call a timeout, but he's not. He just walked out of the field to say something to the officials and say, let's go to the locker room, boys. We got a lead. LS trying to get back to a district championship, and the winner of this one will move on to that district final next week at a site and time to be determined. But right now, 2 quarters in, it is Lampeter-Strasburg 21, Twin Valley 7. Back with our halftime show right after this on WEEU in Reading.
Whether you've got a business presentation, invitations to a special event, or even banners for the big game, everything Everything Printing in Gilbertsville has you covered. From design to printing, they're your local experts for business cards, flyers, publications, posters, presentation materials, and, well, just about everything. Google Everything Printing and check out their stellar reviews. The most 5-starred in the region. Visit everythingprinting.com to make your project everything you've dreamed of. If you're in the mood for smaller portions and higher prices, there's plenty of franchise fast food. But if you want a real meal that actually feeds your hunger, you want Noose's Deli in Morgantown. For over 40 years, they've served up hearty sandwiches with quality meats and cheeses bursting from the buns, burgers, chicken steaks, hoagies. Nobody does it like Noose's. Stop in or pick up a satisfying sandwich today, or let them cater your party. 610-286-6532. Located at 3160 Main Street in Morgantown. Noose's. Let our deli fill your belly.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Tonight's halftime show brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. We are halfway through this District 3 4A semifinal. Lots of football action going on. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob will keep you up to date with everything coming up in a couple of minutes here on our halftime show. But this one right now at the break in Lancaster has the home team, the Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneers, on top of the Twin Valley Raiders by a score of 21-7. It started for a bang with LS, a touchdown run for Danny Weichler. Then Drew Engel and the Twin Valley Raiders tied it up at 7-7 early on in the first quarter. But right after that, a big kickoff return by Cole Lopez set up the Pioneers for a short field. And Caleb Howes with a touchdown pass to Weichler made it 14-7. And then right before half, a 4-yard touchdown run for Dominic Brown and a 2-score lead for LS. 21-7, the Pioneers on top. Again, the winner will take on the winner of tomorrow afternoon's game between West York and Wyomissing. That one kicks off at 1 o'clock at Bob Wolfram Field. The winner of this meets the winner of that next weekend at a site and time to be determined. We're going to take a timeout, back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob back in the WEEU studios to fill you in on everything that's going on in District 3 football playoffs after this.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Hey there, pizza lovers. Leone's Restaurant in Elverson is the hidden gem you've been looking for. Dig into their signature pizza, baked to absolute perfection in their brick oven. Sample their diverse selection of globally inspired dishes. Dine at their family-owned establishment where the vibes are just right, or let them host your family and friends for the best celebration dinner event. Head on over to Leone's, 4225 Main Street in Elverson, or call 610-656-6134. Leone's Restaurant. If you know, you know.
Hey, welcome everybody. We are on the second floor here at 4th and Court. I'm Jeff Nolan. It is the halftime show. Matt Knob joins me in just a little bit, but right now at the break, it is a 21-7 lead for Lampeter-Strasburg over Twin Valley. Definitely this game taking on a much different tone than the first game, where Twin Valley was just absolutely dismantled by Lampeter-Strasburg, 62-14. It was 56-0 at the half. But again, this is a ball game with a lot of time left. We look at the scoring here in the first half. First of all, or early on, it was LS 3 plays, and Danny Weichler goes 73 yards to the end zone.
Pioneers right back to the line of scrimmage, going a little hurry up here in a 2nd and 3. Huge hole up the gut, and right up the gut, and heading for the house is Danny Weichler, lined up as a fullback, and a huge hole to run through, and he will run all the way to the end zone. 73 yards. LS is on the board.
So just when you thought maybe it's a repeat of week number 9, no, that's not going to happen because Drew Engel back in the lineup. He was not there week number 9 for the Raiders. He is there tonight. He gets a touchdown early on in the second quarter from 5 yards out.
Engel is now the back in the backfield. He'll get the call, and Drew Engel will find the end zone.
Touchdown, Twin Valley.
Another great surge up front by Twin Valley's offensive line, starting to impose their will a little bit here against the Pioneers, and they're now an extra point away from tying up the football game.
Well, they got that extra point. They tied it up, but shortly thereafter, we heard the name Caleb House, at least for the first time when it came to a touchdown. He found Weichler 29 yards in the air.
Play action fake. Howes wants to throw it. This time he's got all kinds of time, waiting for somebody. He's got a man wide open in the end zone.
Weichler.
Danny Weichler wide open in the end zone. Caleb Howes finds him, and that quickly. Twin Valley with the answer.
14-7 lead with the extra point is good, and then LS would close out the scoring late in the half. It was Dom Brown's from 4 yards out.
This one only half the distance, but they were at the 8. Now they're at the 4. First down, goal to go. And they'll go back to Brown. Brown bounces off a tackle in a second and into the end zone.
Touchdown, Lampeter. Touchdown, Pioneers.
Dom Brown running tough tonight, and he takes his way in for the touchdown. And the Pioneers take themselves a 2-score lead.
So that's where we're at the break, 21-7, Lampeter-Strasburg with the lead over Twin Valley. But again, a lot of football to be played. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Matt Knob will join the scoreboard show. We'll check in the scores here in the semifinal week for some, finals for others here in high school football on 8:30. WEEU online, 830WEEU.com.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Do you like classic cars? Come see what's for sale at McGinty Motor Cars in our 1910 showroom and warehouse located at the top of Washington Street near the Reading City Park. You can also sell your classic automobile with us.
If you like classic cars, you need to see our showroom and warehouse or check out our inventory online at McGintyMotorcars.com. Do you want a classic VW Beetle or maybe a Ford Mustang? Check out our inventory and see what classic car is right for you.
Visit our website,
McGintyMotorcars.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We're on the second floor here at 4th and Court. Matt Knob joins the show. I'm Jeff Nolan. Halftime, 21-7, Lampeter-Strasburg with the lead over Twin Valley. And we'll send it back shortly, both to Bob and Matt, as we want to get you rolling on the scores here. And we'll cue up the music, get that ready to go. Let's start with 6A here, Matt. And, of course, Wilson is the central figure we follow. They're taking on Central York. That is in the second quarter. Where does that stand?
Central York 14, Wilson 7. Bulldogs going to have some work to do if they want to get back in front.
Well, they've got the winner of Harrisburg and Manheim Township tonight. Harrisburg with a 14-7 lead over Manheim Township as they get late in the first half there. We go over to the 5A bracket, and of course, the one that everybody is talking about is the rematch between Exeter and Conestoga Valley. For a live report, we go out to Conestoga Valley and Adam Cook. Adam? All right, we're going to skip over Adam right now. It's 14-7, 21-7. Exeter with the lead at the break. In that bracket right there, the winner of that game will have the McDevitt and Mechanicsburg winner. Right now, McDevitt on top 20-14. We look now to the bracket we're in right now. That is, of course, the 4A bracket. And as you know, our game at 21-7, Lampeter-Strasburg with the lead over Twin Valley. They've got the winner of Wyomissing and West York. That game takes place tomorrow afternoon. Now, stay tuned on Postgame show, because joining us from West York will be the senior quarterback, Isaac Roberts, and his teammate, junior captain, Slade Moore. They'll join us at 10 o'clock, and we'll talk a little bit about that game. Matt, if you go to the 3A bracket, where are you there?
3A, Trinity leads Bermudian Springs 14-7 in the second quarter.
All right, so if you look across the board right there, by the way, Trinity with a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and that gets them that 14-7 lead. We have Adam on the phone now. Adam, tell us real quick what's happening at the half. Exeter with a 21-7 lead over Conestoga Valley.
Yeah, so Jaden Zandria doing what Jaden did here on 2 touchdowns to start the game, both rushing. Riley Martinez is back. He's looking good, and he just connected with less than 30 seconds of the half with Carter Redding into the end zone. So 3 really good touchdowns for Exeter. But Conestoga Valley hanging in there with a single touchdown. It's 21-7. Conestoga Valley's was a huge pass to Tegan Vrubel, and that makes it a 2-touchdown game. So, yeah.
It is interesting. All right, Adam, thank you very much. Adam will join us on the post-game show after for all the details and the final score. Keep in mind that Conestoga Valley beat Exeter 28-27 week number 9, Matt, and that was the controversy, the 2-point try. And did they get in or did they not get in? That is what is the story hanging over the game.
Yes, it's the 2-point conversion that wasn't sort of lives in infamy between these two teams, and the rematch living up to the billing so far. Exeter
in the semifinals for the 6th time. Right now they are 2-3, looking to even that mark out there. All right, let's take a quick time out. We'll come back. We've got some more scores to check at the break of our game. 21-7, Lampeter-Strasburg with the lead over Twin Valley. You're listening to the halftime report here from the second floor at 4th and Court. It's the 830 WEEU and 830WEEU.com.
Whether you've got a business presentation, invitations to a special event, or even banners for the big game, Everything Printing in Gilbertsville has you covered. From design to printing, they're your local experts for business cards, flyers, publications, posters, presentation materials, and, well, just about everything. Google Everything Printing and check out their stellar reviews. The most 5-starred in the region. Visit everythingprinting.com to make your project everything you've dreamed of. If you're in the mood for smaller portions and higher prices, there's plenty of franchise fast food. But if you want a real meal that actually feeds your hunger, you want Noose's Deli in Morgantown. For over 40 years, they've served up hearty sandwiches with quality meats and cheeses bursting from the buns, burgers, chicken steaks, hoagies. Nobody does it like Noose's. Stop in or pick up a satisfying sandwich today, or let them cater your party. 610-286-6532. Located at 3160 Main Street in Morgantown. Noose's, let our deli fill your belly.
Back here in Reading in the studios, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we look at the final couple scores that we have here for you, get you ready to send you back to Lampeter-Strasburg. It is Bedford in 2A, leading Steel High 17-0. That game is at the half. Off the grid, Shamokin in trouble tonight. Juniata leads them 21-7 late in the first half. Central Bucks South leads North Penn 13-7. Post-game show, lots of updates. Of course, the visit with the players from West York, Isaac Roberts and Slade Moore, Rod Frisco, Adam Cook, also Jack Gleckler, Shelley Stallsmith, Evan Wheaton. They will all be in. Harrisburg, Manheim Township, West York, Wilson, Trinity, Bermudian Springs, along with the McDevitt, Mechanicsburg game, and Exeter, Conestoga Valley. We'll get you reports on all those games. For Matt Knob, I'm Jeff Nolan. We'll send it back to you after the break to Lampeter-Strasburg, where they lead Twin Valley 21-7. See you after the game.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Welcome back. Our Lincoln Plumbing Heat halftime show continues with the Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneers on top of the Twin Valley Raiders by a score of 21-7 alongside Matt Lytle. My name is Bob McCool. Matt, pretty simple. Everything on the line right now for Twin Valley. They've done what they wanted to do, which is obviously to say that, look, what we had happen in Week 9 isn't really us, okay? But now you're playing for your football season because the winner of this one moves on. The loser is done. You're down 2 scores. You get the football to start the second half. Doesn't mean the entire season's on the line on that first drive that you got to cash it in, but you certainly have to change the landscape of this football game around early on in the third quarter.
For sure. And I'm just speaking of the quarterback play itself. You know, you have Caleb House. He's thrown the ball 6 times. He's 1 for 6 for 29 yards, and that's that 29-yard touchdown pass he had there in the second quarter. On the other side of the ball, you got Evan Myers. He's 2 for 10 for 8 yards with 2 interceptions. So the quarterback play in the first half has not been stellar,
right,
to say the least.
Right.
And I'll tell you got 2 senior quarterbacks. So my advice to these 2 young fellas, throw the first half in the trash, come out. It's a whole new ball game, and you got to come out and lead your team here for the win here in the district semifinals.
And
put it behind you. Next play.
And to support what you're talking about, through 11 games played on the season, these 2 teams both got a bye in their first round of the playoffs, which is why they're at this stage with 11 games in. Caleb Howes, again, is the 15th player in Lancaster 11 League football history who has run for and thrown for 1,000 yards in a season. And Evan Myers has been brilliant all throughout this season and all throughout his career. He threw for 1,500 yards this season. He's run for almost 1,000 as well, 900 and change to be exact coming in. But that just hasn't been the dynamic of the quarterback play that has made the difference. It's been a matter of taking advantage of some short fields. And, of course, Twin Valley's defense kept them in this game for quite a while, and especially after that first interception thrown by Evan Myers in a short field. And ultimately, LS came away with no points, or the hole could be bigger for Twin Valley to have to climb out of. Again, Twin Valley will get the football to start this third quarter.
Myers on the season has 34 touchdowns. That's in the air and on the ground.
Right.
House on the season has 31 touchdowns in the air and on the ground. These 2 guys are their offense. They can beat you with their feet, and they can beat you in the air. I mean, really good athletes at quarterback, but they need to step up here in the second half because the first half they'd like to put behind them for sure.
Second half of tonight's game presented by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. Again, the Wyomissing Spartans and the West York Bulldogs await the winner of this game. Those 2 teams will meet tomorrow. I'm sure they're here tonight doing a little scouting work in advance. And again, it'll be the kickoff by Fiorello. This one, a low line drive kick that will be returned by Evan Johnson from about his own 10-yard line and dives across the 30 to about the 35-yard line. Johnson, the more effective ball carrier between himself and Engel in the first half. Johnson unofficially 9 carries for 56, Engel 11 for 42. Engel, the one who put it in the end zone for the Raiders' lone score. First and 10 from the 34-yard line for Twin Valley as we start period number 3. Myers will have Engel in the backfield, sidecar to his left. One receiver to his left in Grundy. He will go in motion with Matthew Knight on the right side. And the give is to Engel. Cuts it up the field off the right edge and fights his way for a couple to about the 37 or maybe the 38-yard line and a gain of 4.
Nice tackle there by Jai Steberger. Just off tackle there. zone read with Evan Myers handing off to Engel, and Engel, nice 4+ yard gain there on first down.
Now Engel will come out as a slot receiver on the right side. So Myers in an empty backfield with 2 receivers each way. Engel now will go in motion from right to left to put 3 receivers on the left side. Set up a flanker screen for Grundy and makes the first man miss. Fights his way and still on his feet, cutting across the green. Grundy to the 40 and will eventually get wrapped up and brought down. Dom Brown will bring him down. A very interesting run after the catch for Ben Grundy. Just a little bit too much east and west. He's wrapped up at the 41 and a gain of 3.
Well, Bob, he caught that ball all the way to the field on the bottom of the numbers, and he got tackled almost to the numbers on the other side of the field for a gain of maybe
3
yards.
He ran about 25 yards, but he only gained 3 yards.
It was a quick bubble screen.
Yeah.
He made a lot of guys miss, but it needed to get more north and south.
He will line up on a wing on the right now with Joey Buckley, the tight end, lined up off the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and 3. Now Grundy will go in motion and a little pop pass to him. Needs a block, and he's not going to get that block, and he's going to get wrapped up for a loss. Danny Weichler, who's having himself a night, the guy who meets him in the backfield on a loss back to the 38-yard line. They lose 3.
One thing I will say, these Lampeter-Strasburg linebackers, they go sideline to sideline. That first play, Brown came all the way over and made the tackle. And then this second play, you had Weichler making the tackle. I mean, these guys can run at linebacker, these seniors.
So Grundy now will punt it, and Evan Cunningham is the return man. And it's a high, short kick that hits and takes a Twin Valley bounce to about the 31-yard line. 21-7, our score remains. 9:52 to go in the third quarter. LS with its first possession, starting from its own 31-yard line. Matt mentioned Caleb Howes has thrown it 6 times in this game. 1 completion. It was the 29-yard pass to Weichler. More surprisingly is that he's only carried it 3 times, and one of them was a sack by Twin Valley's defense. It's been Dom Brown who's carried it 13 times for 70 yards, the bulk of the offense. And they'll give it to Brown on the first down. And Brown gets good surge by his offensive line that pushes him across the 35 and out to the 38, and they'll pick up 7.
That's 6.5 yards on the season. 1,100 yards rushing for Dom Brown, but he averages 6.5 per carry.
And he
First carry of 7.
And he gets another one for a first down as LS will pick up the first down. They had 5 first downs in the first half, and they pick up one here. Now they're quickly to the line of scrimmage at the 44-yard line after Brown gets 6 more. And now quickly bottled up here at the 45-yard line, this time just 1 yard for Brown. So Victor right now, just playing a little power football with a 21-7 lead. Second and 9 for LS from their own 45. Howes will take it this time. Howes following Dom Brown to midfield. Slips a tackle at the 45. Howes is free and taken down with a beautiful open field tackle by Twin Valley's Brandon Yeagle at the 42-yard line. It will be a first down.
That may have been a touchdown-saving tackle there by Yeagle because he took House out right at the ankles, and House was cutting across the field, heading for the corner of the end zone. Had a lot of open green grass.
Goes as a 13-yard run. Brown, big hole, lowers the shoulder, lowers the boom, and drives inside the 35. Dom Brown with a punishing first down run to the 31-yard line and 11 more.
Dom Brown just lowered his shoulders and ran over Evan Johnson coming up trying to make the tackle. I mean, Brown is punishing tacklers right now.
And now a timeout called by Twin Valley. A very early defensive timeout called by the Raiders as LS has come out here in this third quarter and just said, stop us if you can. And they've picked up 3 first downs in this drive. And with 8:23 to go in the third quarter, Brett Myers with a defensive reset. He's just given his kids an opportunity to have a little bit of a conversation on the side after Dom Brown and Caleb Howes exchange first down runs for LS.
I think it was a great timeout call there for sure, right? Take away that momentum from LS, right? Just running it down their throat. Hey, let's regroup. give them a little breather and come back and let's stop the run.
1st and 10 after the run for Brown. Again, they're just packing the tight ends at the line of scrimmage. Nobody out on a formation as a wide receiver. 2 off the right wing, and Brown will go off the right side and bounces off another tackle. And finally, Engel knocks him off his feet inside the 20. Another Dom Brown first down run to the 18, 13 more.
Yeah, big 13-yard run there by Brown. And he if he wouldn't have stumbled, I think he may have been in the end zone, but got tripped up and fell forward. Now we got a
Twin Valley defender down on the play, way away from the football.
Number 19.
That's Maverick Foster, freshman defensive back, who's shaken up on the play. Again, it was way away from the football. But the Dom Brown first down run, another 13-yard run for Brown, pushes him over 100. I mentioned this before in the first game between these two, that Brown ran for 155 yards, but nobody noticed it because of what Caleb Howes did when Howes ran for 323 and 7 touchdowns. So Foster's okay. He walks off the field under his own power. But right now, the Twin Valley defense is getting pushed backwards. At the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for LS. Not going to change anything right now. Stop us, and maybe we'll change it. But 2 packed on the wing. Brown sidecar left of Caleb Howes. And movement at the line of scrimmage, and Twin Valley trying to get a jumped off sides.
Were they drawn off, or was that?
They were.
False start by Lampeter.
It was.
Yes.
LS moved first. This is the 3rd penalty assessed against LS tonight, but it backs them up 5 to the 23. 8:12 left in the 3rd. 21-7 our score. Again, if you heard our halftime reports, Wilson was up in their game against Central York in 6A. Exeter up on top of Conestoga Valley 21-7 at half in the 5A semifinals. Toss sweep right side this time for Brown. Slips 1 tackle. Slips a second. Now he's free. 15, and he's brought down from behind by Drew Engel at about the 14-yard line. That's another 9 yards for Brown.
Really nice cutback run there by Brown, and Engel, coming from his defensive end position, just hustled back, making a tackle against the grain for Twin Valley, keeping Brown out of the end zone.
Howes sprint out to his right. Is he going to throw? Is he going to run? He wants to throw, looking for somebody open. Now he's going to run back the other way, chased by a couple defenders, and Howes slips away from another tackle. Finds an open receiver, touchdown LS. That is all on Caleb Howes.
Wow, who is that, Weichler?
Yeah,
Number
it is.
5, Danny Weichler on the touchdown second.
Is there a flag on the field? The officials are talking it over. Ineligible man downfield is going to be the call against against LS. And you can understand that.
Oh, totally. That was House running back. He's scrambling, making guys miss, coming to the right, going back to the left, and then finally scrambles. That reminds me of like a Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Like Tom Brady calls him the eraser because defensive linemen just cannot tackle him.
Unbelievable effort for Caleb Howes, but ultimately it goes for naught as it'll be 2nd down now and backed up to the 18-yard line, 2nd and 10. And they'll give it to Brown, and this time they will bottle up Dom Brown. And now, all of a sudden, LS is in a 3rd down situation. The line of scrimmage is the 18, so it'll be 3rd and about 10. It is 3rd and 10 here for the Pioneers at the Twin Valley 18-yard line.
Clock's now down under 7-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Beating up clock, Lampeter-Strasburg is.
Howes wants to throw. Deep drop, setting up a screen. Flag goes down. Ball's up in the air, and it's tipped away. Drew Engel right there with Weichler at about the 3-yard line. But again, a flag thrown from behind the Pioneers' offensive line.
Weichler was doing the juggle drill with that ball. Engel was like in his lap, and Weichler almost juggled it and pulled it in with Engel draped all over him.
But it is a hold against LS. So they were all the way to the point of a 2nd and 6 at the 14 before that scramble drill play by Howes had him in the end zone only to be penalized. Now another penalty should back them up even more. Let's see what Brett Myers is having a conversation here with the officiating crew, because as to what he wants to do, I can't imagine he wouldn't take the penalty. They're going to decline it, so it's going to bring up 4th down instead. So he's going to make them make a decision here as to whether they want to kick the field goal or go for it on 4th and 10.
Looks like Fiorello is coming in.
Yeah, I mean, let's
For
not
the
forget
kick.
Fiorello
Already missed one.
Right, he missed the field goal and almost missed an extra point.
Yeah, he hooked an extra point that just made it through the upright.
So this will be a 35-yard field goal attempt. So Brett Myers says, I'm not giving him another shot. Caleb House, a little bit too dangerous. I don't want to give him another down to work with. Let's see if the kicker can get it done. A 35-yard field goal attempt. And this one, he booms this one.
This one's good.
The other two he hooked, but this one he gets it through. And so LS adds to its lead. When we come back, 6:37 left to go in the third quarter. And the score now, the Pioneers 24, the Raiders 7. More high school football and WEEU presented by Savage Auto Group when we come back after this.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Hey there, pizza lovers. Leone's Restaurant in Elverson is the hidden gem you've been looking for. Dig into their signature pizza, baked to absolute perfection in their brick oven. Sample their diverse selection of globally inspired dishes. Dine at their family-owned establishment where the vibes are just right, or let them host your family and friends for the best celebration dinner event. Head on over to Leone's, 4225 Main Street in Elverson, or call 610-656-6134. Leone's Restaurant. If you know, you know.
24-7, and now Fiorello will scribble this on the ground. Engel will return it from his 15 to the 25 and brought down from behind at around the 30-yard line. So the game up now a flag well after the play is over with and away from it, thrown right in the middle of the Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneers. Let's see what this is all about. This could be an interesting development here. It could help the cause of Twin Valley, down by 17 points. Is about to get the football at the 30, waiting, depending what this flag's all about.
May have been
clearly away from the ball.
May have been on number 26, Cole Lopez, away from the play.
It is against Lampeter-Strasburg. So the penalty flags all of a sudden biting the Pioneers. They had two that kind of short-circuited that offensive drive, and now they're going to get hit for a 15-yard personal foul penalty. And the field position for Twin Valley got a whole lot better. They're now at the 45-yard line. Can the Raiders take advantage of it? They need a boost here after not being able to pick up a first down in their first offensive series of the third quarter. Angle will go in motion, swing him out to the left. They will fake that way, and then Myers will go back to the right, gets a block across midfield. Evan Myers run out of bounds at the Lampeter-Strasburg 42 or 43-yard line. A little misdirection for Twin Valley.
Yeah, a little fake rollout to your left, like flood zone routes to the left, and then Myers quickly turned, came back across the grain, and the design quarterback keep coming up the short side of the field, up the sidelines. Nice run by Myers for a first down.
12 yards on the run for Myers. 1st and 10 at the LS 43-yard line for the Raiders. Grundy and Knight split out on the left side, Hardy on the right. Myers looking left, underneath route for Grundy. Makes the first man miss, and gets wrapped up at about the 35-yard line. 2 yards shy of the first down.
Nice little zone beater there. Lampeter was playing off in off coverage, and it was nice. Stood tall. Evan Myers stood tall. Hit Grundy there in the flat for nice gain out to the strength of the field.
Second, we'll call it a short 2 to pick up the first down at the 35-yard line. Third catch of the night for Grundy. Now he'll go in motion from the right side to left. It's up the middle of his angle to the 15. Skips a tackle and dives inside the 20. Drew Engel with a first down run for Twin Valley at the LS 18-yard line.
Really nice run there, right up the gut by Engel. Engel looked like he was shot out of a cannon on that run and dragged a couple defenders all the way down inside the 20-yard line of the Pioneers.
17 yards on the run for Engel, but now we got a issue, it looks like, with the chain crew on the sideline. It's a long way into the season. Chain gang might be running out of space. A little bit of a knot issue. They get it straightened out pretty quickly. Twin Valley doesn't want to see you get slowed down right now.
They don't have the illuminator, though, Bob. I will say that.
No, they don't.
The first down sticks.
Those are pretty special, especially on a shadowy high school football field. First and 10 for Twin Valley. The chain crew now has officially 10 yards on the Lynx. Brett Myers out on the field looking for an explanation as to why the officials aren't spotting the football to go. He wants his team to go. They got momentum. They're down 24-7, 5:30 to go in the third. Evan Myers drops back. Now he's going to roll out. Is he going to run? Is he going to throw? He's going to run as he lowers the shoulder inside the 15 to the 14. Turns into a 4-yard scramble.
Yeah, it was smart there by Evan Myers. He had guys down the field that were covered. Definitely, rather than just throwing it up in coverage, taking the 4 yards, scrambling, getting up the field, and keeping the chains moving.
Myers has been picked off twice tonight. Can't afford a turnover here. Give it back to Engel. Engel slips a tackle. 10, 5. Drew Engel dies, but he's going to be short at the 1, first and goal.
Yeah, really nice run there by Engel. Just tackled just short of the goal line there by Christian Nolt for the Pioneers, and it's hurry-up offense. Engel in for...
Engel, does he get in? It doesn't look like they've spotted it in yet. Looks like it's going to be short. No gain. It'll be second and goal at the 1. So they go again with that quick snap, but LS doesn't let him get in. Now major shifting of personnel for Twin Valley. They're going to bring in a 2 tight end set.
It looks like they oh, no,
Nope.
I thought they were hold.
Now timeout call. Looks like Twin Valley's going to call a timeout. I don't think they have 11. Oh, Engel's hurt.
No,
Drew Engel's
lost his shoe.
No.
Lost
I
his
thought he was
shoe.
running funny. I thought he was hurt, but you're right. He didn't have a shoe on. So they'll call the timeout. They'll put Lucas Myers now as the back in the backfield. So the Myers brothers on second and goal from the 1.
Surprised we're not seeing a tush push here.
It's
Oh, we
Evan
are.
Myers, quarterback sneak, bounces off a tackle, dives, touchdown, Twin Valley. Evan Myers, the second effort, gets himself in.
Emery Floor stood him up right in the hole, and Myers squeezed through that tackle, dove into the end zone for a touchdown, dragging Floor in for the score. Nice extra effort there by Evan Myers, senior quarterback for Twin Valley.
And a huge response by the Raiders. And now, looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
That they are.
Yep, they're going to go for 2 here. They're going to spread it out. And now Johnson will shift into the backfield. Myers on a throwback, wants to run with it. Nothing there. Just nothing there for Twin Valley. So they'll keep it an 11-point game with 4:20 left to go in the third. Twin Valley gets the score on the Evan Myers touchdown run. 1 week back to Lancaster. It's now the Pioneers 24, the Raiders 13. More high school football when we come back on WEEU in Reading.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Whether you've got a business presentation, invitations to a special event, or even banners for the big game, Everything Printing in Gilbertsville has you covered. From design to printing, they're your local experts for business cards, flyers, publications, posters, presentation materials, and, well, just about everything. Google Everything Printing and check out their stellar reviews. The most 5-starred in the region. Visit everythingprinting.com to make your project everything you've dreamed of.
Kickoff return for the Pioneers by sophomore Isaiah Wilson. We'll take it to the 30-yard line. Lampeter-Strasburg still on top. 4:14 to go in the third. It's 24-13 LS on top. Well, Matt, we saw that the Pioneers on their first series just said bully ball time for us, and they just pounded away at it. Can't imagine they come out of that, even though Twin Valley just put 6 points on the board.
Yeah, I think we're going to see bully ball the rest of the way for LS. It was a great job by Twin Valley coming back and answering on that score with Evan Myers, playing smart with the football and protecting it. But we'll see what LS does here now. We got House following Brown up in the hole, and
nothing doing.
He lost yards.
Yeah, he did. Stacked up first by Carter Fauble, then Grayson Miller got him from behind and pulled him backwards. Actually lost a yard. So Howes, who was such an incredible weapon in the first meeting, has been pretty much held in check so far by Twin Valley's defense as he loses a yard here. It's 2nd and 11. Split out now as a receiver is Christian Nolt on the left side, and it's Mason Hostetter split out on the right. And the give is to Brown. A little bit of a trouble on the exchange after Howes did not catch the snap cleanly. And maybe the timing off a little bit, but regardless, Twin Valley will wrap up Don Brown right back at the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Lampeter-Strasburg there on that play. They spread out Twin Valley and handed the ball off to Brown, and Brown had no yards. He had no movement upfield. I mean, that was a gain of maybe a yard.
3rd and 10. 3 receivers to the left for House and 1 to the right. He's looking left all the way. Underneath route for Floor. He wants somebody to go deeper. Rolls himself out, buys himself some time. Now he's going to take off and run and bolts across the 40. And it will be a first down run on Caleb Howe's legs.
He was looking for Weichler down the field, and Weichler he was covered, but he was actually giving him directions as he was scrambling, trying to do the scramble drill there. And then finally he had too much pursuit by the Twin Valley defense, and wisely pulled it down and got enough for the first down running.
Biggest run of the night for Howes. Back to the ground game, and Don Brown, who'll push his way across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. So a big spot in that football game for Caleb Howes to ultimately, with his legs, pick up the first down run, keep this drive alive for the Pioneers. They now have it 2nd and 6 at their own 47-yard line. That the 22nd carry of the night for Brown. This is Howes following Brown. Kicks it outside. Is there anything there? He's going to try to reverse his ground. Twin Valley will wrap him up and not let him get away, but Howes, so strong, still fights his way to midfield.
Yeah, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He was wrapped up at the 48-yard line, just for no gain, and ended up just, pulling tacklers along for, an extra 2 or 3 yards. And we got 3rd and 2
as a result of his effort to get it to the 49-yard line of Twin Valley. Right back to Brown. Brown slips through a hole and into inside the 45, which will move the sticks again for LS as Don Brown with another first down run.
Down to the 43-yard line.
6 more for Brown.
They're spreading Twin Valley out here now. They got trips to the left, to the wide side of the field, and they're going to give it to Brown to the strong side of the field, and he's going to follow the blockers.
And to the 40.
He's got room.
The 30, the 25, and finally wrapped up and brought down inside the 20. Down to about the 18-yard line. Don Brown with another LS first down run, but now he's a little slow to get up. I think he might have fallen on the football.
Either fallen on the football or he tweaked a hammy, one or the other.
1st and 10 after the run for Don Brown. And again, another huge run as he's down now on the field. We'll wait and see what the story is. That's a cramping issue. Yep. Well, he's earned it. I mean, he's done so much in this football game on both sides of the field. Into that first down run to the 19-yard line. It's a 24-yard run for Don Brown. Puts him over 150 yards on the night unofficially. But right now, getting the cramps worked out on the legs with 1:44 left to go in period number 3. LS 24, Twin Valley 13. Might you stick around coming up after our football game tonight, after our coverage here at Pioneer Field. Throw things back to the WEEU studios. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob will go through the scores of all the other games involving Berks County teams and around District 3 and beyond as well on our scoreboard show. Live back at the WEEU studios.
Going back to the earlier, this possession, this drive earlier in the drive, they were on their 30-yard line, and how big was that run by House?
Absolutely. Right now, that's the play of the game because they stopped them there. It's 4th down.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's 1st and 10 inside the 20.
Yep.
Absolutely, because Twin Valley's in a position to get the football back, but Howes with that 13-yard scramble run, that could be a game changer. Yep. As your senior quarterback for you, stepping up at a big spot on 1st and 10 now for LS at the Twin Valley 19-yard line. Exchange, it's Weichler in as the back, and problems for Howes, looking for something, and he'll just end up going back at the 20. The exchange was not right with the new back in the backfield in Weichler, and Howes gets it back actually to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, smart to not bobbled that exchange there. He kept it and just got up the field and got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now for the Pioneers.
LS has not turned the football over tonight. Even Cunningham is in there now as another receiver. He's out on the left side with Christian Nolt. Floor and Hostetter split out on the right. Weichler remains the back in the backfield. Sidecar right of Caleb Howes, who wants to throw for it. Underneath route, pass is caught. It's Floor, 10, 5, lowers his shoulder. Did he get in? Yes! Emery Floor, 19-yard touchdown pass reception.
What a catch and what a run. Yards after the catch, he ran over Brandon Yeagle, the defensive back down there on the 1-yard line, ran him over and dove into the end zone. Great extra effort there by Floor for that touchdown catch and run.
His 14th his fourth pass reception for a score this season. And now Fiorello for the extra point attempt. And this one is good. 47 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And LS gets the answer after Twin Valley's touchdown. The Pioneers come back with their own. When we come back, the score, Lampeter-Strasburg 31, Twin Valley 13. More after this on WEEU in Reading.
Do you like classic cars? Come see what's for sale at McGinty Motor Cars in our 1910 showroom and warehouse located at the top of Washington Street near the Reading City Park. You can also sell your classic automobile with us.
If you like classic cars, you need to see our showroom and warehouse or check out our inventory online at McGintyMotorcars.com. Do you want a classic VW Beetle or maybe a Ford Mustang? Check out our inventory and see what classic car is right for you.
Visit our website,
McGintyMotorcars.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Well, we probably said this a half a dozen times tonight. Big spot now for Twin Valley. They need to try to answer the bell because every time Twin Valley has struck big, LS has come back with something bigger, and the Pioneers now lead at 31-13 as Fiorello will kick it off, and again, he'll squib it on the ground, trying to keep it away from Johnson and Engel, and Twin Valley will just fall on it at their own 30-yard line. 47 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and the Raiders, again, because of the success of what LS has done on the offensive side in this football game, in another must-cash-in spot. Grundy on the right side, Knight on the left.
It's been mainly the Brown House show in this second half. Myers needs to put together another drive like his last one.
Evan Johnson is the back this time in the backfield, and he'll get it'll be Myers who'll keep it himself. And Myers won't find much.
Did he get back to the line of scrimmage?
That's about it. Second down and 10. A little bit more of Evan Myers with his legs in this second half. Aiden Hardy, wide receiver on the right side, with Grundy and Knight now both on the left. Grundy in the slot.
Maybe the last play of the third quarter.
Myers wants to throw for it. Under a little slip route for Knight. Knight makes himself get across the 40 for a first down gain out to the 45-yard line.
Nice throw out of the gun by Evan Myers. You know, standing tall, hits a nice slant route to Knight out to the 45-yard line of Twin Valley.
First down through the air for Twin Valley tonight at their own 45-yard line, and they will get a snap off before the end of the quarter. Eaton Johnson right up the middle will get about 3 to the 48-yard line. So here we go, the final 12 minutes for one of these two teams. And right now it is the home team, the Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneers, in control, 31-13. We'll come back for the final 12 right after this. High school football is presented by Savage Auto Group, and it is live on WEEU in Reading.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
We start quarter number 4 alongside Matt Lytle. My name is Bob McCool, hoping for more high school football next week, depending on what happens in the games this weekend. If there's a Berks County team still alive, we'll have coverage for you next Friday night. Again, site and time to be determined. There are district championships this year in football are back to neutral sites, So wait and see what happens over the course of the other games involving, again, Wilson in 6A, Exeter in 5A, and, of course, I'm missing in action tomorrow afternoon, the other side of the bracket in the 4A semifinals. Evan Myers starting the fourth quarter, wants to throw for it, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right, throws, pass, broken up. It was Grundy who was the intended target, but he got shoved from behind, and the pass is broken up as Avon Cunningham on defense.
Yeah, nice job by Cunningham on that coverage with Grundy coming across the field. Early on, Myers had a home run ball to Knight, down the field. Knight had a couple steps behind the defense, and Myers didn't have the time to get it to him, and ended up doing the scramble drill and threw it out wide, and Cunningham just did a nice job.
So now it's 3rd and 7 for Twin Valley. Naked backfield. Now Engel will loop around Evan Myers. They faked it to him, and they want to run with it. He's got a little bit of room, makes a man miss. Evan Myers with a brilliant run will get a first down in LS territory down to the Pioneer 39-yard line.
Yeah, that's that nice design quarterback draw to the short side of the field. Nice first down run there by Evan Myers. Looking like he's going to go sprint out to the strong side of the field where he has a 3-receiver set, comes back and, calls his own number.
He wants to go for it all here down the middle, looking for Johnson. It's a jump ball, and it's broken up. Good defense. LS had 2 defenders there right with Evan Johnson, and they break it up incomplete at 2nd and 10.
Nice job there by Danny Weichler, breaking that up, high pointing that ball, keeping Johnson from bringing that down. Big play there by secondary for the Pioneers.
Twin Valley, the play was there. Just better job by the defense to break it up. So it's 2nd and 10. After a 2-for-10 first half for Evan Myers, including a couple interceptions, he completed his first 3 passes in the second half. Now 3 for 5 in total in half number 2, and he's in a 2nd and 10 at the LS 39-yard line. Now they will throw it to Engel. Out of the backfield, needs a block. He'll get a little inside the 35, down to about the 32. They got 7 out of it. Makes it 3rd and about 3.
Nice wide route. Nice throw there by Myers, just hitting his running back in stride on a glorified sweep. Gets it out on the perimeter for a gain of 7 yards on that swing route.
So it's 3rd and 3. It's 4-down territory, obviously, for Twin Valley in more than one ways. Engel will get the handoff, and Engel will fight, trying to get the first down. It's close. He needs to get to the 29. We'll see where they spot it. If he's at the 29, he's got the first down. I don't know if he's there or not. It's awfully close. Either 3rd and inches or 1st and 10. Or, 4th and inches. And again, they're not going to looks like they're not going to measure. They're going to say it's short, so we'll call it 4th and 1 at the 30 for Twin Valley. Right back to Engel. This time he'll get it.
Yep, lowers his shoulders and falls forward for the first down. And looks like Lampeter was bringing the house. They were bringing blitzing up the A gaps, everything else. So nice job by Twin Valley, and Engel just forcing himself up the middle for first down.
It's been an injury-plagued season for Drew Engel. He's a junior. He'll be back for another year next year, and he's going to get the handoff here on 1st and 10. And he's got himself some daylight to the 20 and finally wrapped up and tossed to the ground at the 15. That'll be another Twin Valley first down run for Drew Engel.
That was number 26 out there. Cole Lopez making a nice open field tackle there on Engel, keeping him out of the end zone.
18 carries now. Myers wants to throw for it. The ball's deflected at line of scrimmage, and fortunately for Twin Valley, falls harmlessly to the ground as Danny Weichler, what a night he's having, gets in there and gets it, a hand on it, breaks it up.
Yeah, there's been a couple key tip balls in this game, and that was another one. Weichler is having a heck of a game.
The knock on Evan Myers is that he is 5'10". It's one of the reasons why the college coaches haven't shown the interest in him for a 4-year starter and a kid with as much moxie as anything. But he is just 5'10". There was a flag on the play, however, against LS. So it looks like it's going to give Twin Valley the football now at the 10-yard line. Half the distance to the goal line. It's going to we'll call it 1st and 5 now at the 10 on the penalty against the Pioneers. This is Johnson.
Off tackle run there to the right by Johnson. Just host of Pioneers making the tackle on the play.
So they spot him at the 9-yard line. We'll call it second down and about 4 now for Twin Valley. First carry the second half for Evan Johnson. He's now going to go out as a receiver, split out on the right side. And Myers again in a naked backfield. He's got Matthew Knight split out on the left on 2nd and 4 from the 9-yard line. They're going to run a sweep for Evan Myers. Myers brought down from behind at about the 6.
Who was that on the tackle?
That's
Number
Don
7.
Brown.
Was it Don Brown?
Yep.
Yeah, Don Brown.
At the 6-yard line, a gain of 3 puts Twin
There's a
Valley to
flag-
3rd and 1.
Flag on a play.
And there was a little bit extra after the play was over with, but I didn't see the flag right away unless it was on something else away from the play.
Really nice job, though, on that play by Don Brown, that backside pursuit, tackling Evan Myers from behind, keeping him shy of the first down.
Saying the penalty is against Twin Valley.
Yeah, some extracurricular
Yep.
after the play.
So right now the ball's spotted at about the 7. And it's staying there. So it must have been offsetting penalties. Nope, now they're
No,
going
it's
to walk it
coming
off. All right, now they're going to walk it off.
15-yard, I think, personal foul.
Oh, this is brutally costly for Twin Valley now.
Yeah.
Instead of being at the 6-yard line, they're going to be backed up now to the 21, 22-yard line. Costly penalty, and it'll remain 3rd down.
Coach Brett Myers has to be fuming over on the sidelines. Just took his team out of.
Little slip screen pass here, and LS is all
Nowhere to
over it.
go. Nowhere to
Brown
go.
and Lopez again on the play for Twin Valley on the slip screen pass to Grundy. They were all over it. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Yeah, quick bubble screen out there to Grundy, and Grundy just didn't have a chance. As he caught the ball, he got tackled. Just tough sledding there.
4th down and about 17 for Twin Valley. Maybe the season for Twin Valley right here with 8:41 left to go in the football game. They need to stay alive here. Myers again, naked backfield. 2 to his right, 3 to his left. Johnson a part of that. Engel also a part of that as receivers. Myers has time. Now he steps up, runs out, steps up, throws, passes caught.
Hardy
It's
on
Hardy
the
at the
catch.
10, but he's going to be short of the first down. Aiden Hardy made the catch, but he was a couple of yards shy of the first down. And on downs, Lampeter-Strasburg will take possession.
Nice job there by Evan Myers, scrambling around. He had pressure, stepped up in the pocket and hit Aiden Hardy. Aiden Hardy needed another 5 yards for sure for the first down, and just wasn't happening.
So the Pioneers will take possession now with a 31-13 lead, and LS will have the football at the 9. The one thing that the Pioneers have not done is turn the football over. And that is right now maybe the last-ditch effort for Twin Valley to try to force a turnover here. Don Brown, who was shaken up earlier, is back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Sweep left side, follows a blocker, shoves that blocker out of his way. It was Danny Weichler who was his blocker. He got him out of his way, a couple of Twin Valley defenders out of his way, and almost ran for another first down. He's going to be a yard short.
Yeah, first down run for 9 yards. I mean, heck of a run. Coming back, this is his first play back in, actually on offense. He was, Weichler had come in for him, due to those cramps. He's had the workload tonight.
25 carries unofficially and over 160 yards for Don Brown. And, oh, by the way, what he's done on defense as well. As Matt said, it's 2nd down and 1 now. And Howes will take as much time off of every snap count as he can. And right back to Brown, who just kind of shoves Grayson Miller, the 250-pound sophomore defensive lineman, out of his way as well. It takes it for a first down run. That kid is strong.
Yeah, 6'1", 255-pound junior Grayson Miller, number 63. He just shoved him out of the way, and he's like, excuse me, I'm coming through.
I mean, they list Don Brown at 175. I'm not sure when they weighed him, but it was clearly before lunch because he's a lot bigger than that. And he is certainly every bit as strong of it, that's for sure. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Again, they'll spread them out. Weichler slot right, Hostetter split right.
Trips to the field. They're going to run
House
back to the boundary for almost a first down run, maybe 9.
He dives across the 30, and he's very close to where they needed to get to move the sticks, but I think his knee was down about a yard shy at the 32. It'll be 2nd and 1. So another 9-yard run on first down for Lampeter-Strasburg. Racking up the yards now on the ground is Caleb Howes. Unofficially 9 carries for 92.
They are having a big night tonight out of the Brown House. It's the Brown House show.
That's exactly what it's been. And again, this is all they need to do. They get 6, 7 yards at a clip on first down. It's going to be impossible to stop with the clock continuing to run. Now it's 6:20 left to go in the football game. 2nd and 1, back to Brown. Brown this time is stood up, and this time Twin Valley pushes back. And forward progress will keep him from getting the first down. It'll make it 3rd and 1. So Twin Valley needs another play here. Try to get the football back. A very costly personal foul penalty by Twin Valley in their last offensive series. Took them out of scoring range.
We're going to be close to being inside of 5 minutes. So this would be a big stop here for Twin Valley defense, getting the ball back with being down 31-13. 5 minutes to go in the game.
Again, they spread it out. 3 receivers for Howes to his right, 1 to his left. Howes will run it himself. Twin Valley has him bottled up. Can they wrap him up? They will not. Caleb Howes will turn into a first down run across the 40 and then out of bounds into the Twin Valley bench, and that'll move the chains.
Incredible run there by Howes. He looked like he was hitting that trap, following Brown up in the hole, and he stopped all of a second, then misdirection, pulled out, went outside, hit the short side of the field, and got up the field for a first down. Great run by Caleb Howes.
And that'll put him now over 100 yards rushing on the night as well. More importantly, it gives Lampeter-Strasburg a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Clock at 5:20 and counting. Twin Valley selling out. Brown turns the edge, gets a block. Don Brown midfield and dragged down from behind at about the 41-yard line. Coming up and making the tackle was Ben Grundy, and if he doesn't wrap him up, he might still be running.
Touchdown saving tackle by Ben Grundy for sure. Yes. So Caleb Howes on the season, 19 touchdowns rushing. Don Brown, 21. I think it's 21 touchdown rushing. So they've combined for 40 touchdowns on the ground. The Brown House show.
28 carries for Brown, 10 more for Howes. And again, they'll send 3 to the left this time. Cooper Price is in there now as a receiver for LS. He's split out to the left side with Hosted on the right. It's all window dressing because it's going to be Brown and Howes, and it'll be Brown on the carry inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Unofficially, 29 carries and a $185 for Don Brown, and 10 for 103 for Caleb Howes. 4:25 and counting. If Victor Ridenauer had his way, Twin Valley will never get to see the football again. 31-13 LS on top, and the clock continues to run. Twin Valley has 2 of its 3 timeouts still left to take. Brown again on the carry. Brown stood up this time. They're trying to rip that football out from his arms, and Brown will not let that happen. No gain on the play. We'll call it 3rd and 7.
Yeah, now they're just running the clock. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game, and they're, Caleb Howes doing a nice job at quarterback, looking at the play clock and just eating as much of the play clock up prior to snapping the ball.
As we talked about it, this LS team, all the good things that you can say about them, the other thing you can say about them is they don't turn the football over, and that's what they've done so far in this. And this, again, as Twin Valley's trying their best to try to rip the football out. So far, the Pioneers are having none of it. 3rd and 7 coming up. Howes will keep it himself. Trying to sweep to the right. Wants to stay in bound. Now he's going to go back against the other way. Now he's got blockers. He's 25-20. Slips a tackle. 10-5 touchdown, Caleb Howes. That is a 38-yard run. There is a flag on the field.
That was by far the best run of the night. By far the best run of the night, being elusive like he is, slipping tackles, misdirection, and getting all the way, reversing his field for a touchdown. Nice run by Caleb Howes.
However,
quarterback.
It's going to come back as the flag thrown, as he started to go to the right, which was his original intention on a sweep, and then cut it back the other way. That's where the flag got thrown. So this is no doubt going to be a hold against LS. It is. So wipe out the 38-yard highlight reel. Still put that on your highlight reel.
Oh, for sure.
Just don't show the flag.
Right.
So now it's 3rd and about 11 coming up for LS. We were talking with Victor Reidner about it, and he said that one of their former coaches is now on the staff at Army, and he's here tonight. He didn't want to tell Caleb Howes that, but they're getting a good look at what the quarterback at LS could do in a college uniform. It's 3rd and 11, and he wants to throw it here, throw that short, and that was not a good throw by Howes. Looking for Weichler is short, and it's going to be 4th down.
No, speaking of the Army coach being here, he's not going to be pleased with that type of throw, and I'm sure Caleb Howes would definitely want that back. Tonight, listening to Coach Brett Myers before the game, in his pregame, talking about the team that they got to do a better job of blocking and tackling. Tonight, you talk about Lampeter-Strasburg. They, by far, have done a better job blocking and tackling. They're a very disciplined team, and Victor Reidner has done a great job all around this team at, coaching, head coach for 4 years. This will be his 41st
win. Yep.
41st win.
Yep. And he's a long-time assistant coach, was a defensive coordinator under John Mannion, who had a great run here at Lampeter-Strasburg. 23 seasons John Mannion was a coach for the Pioneers and won 177 games. Again, he's going into the LS Hall of Fame in the next class. Timeout called now on the field. It's going to be LS who calls the timeout. They let the play clock run down, and now they call the timeout. So the clock is at 3:04, and it's 4th down. So the Pioneers are going to punt the football here. So you might say, what's the story here? The issue is right now for LS, they just ran 5 minutes off the clock. So they didn't score, but they took 5 minutes off the clock against a team that's down by 18 points. They just basically ate up time on the clock, and although they're going to give the ball back now to Twin Valley, considerably less time left on the 4th quarter clock. Looks like Ben Grundy will go back to return the punt from Fiorello. Everybody else for Twin Valley at the line of scrimmage. If you're the Raiders, you pretty much have to sell out here for a punt block. You need something.
You need to return this punt for a touchdown.
Fiorello will just wait and angle it towards the sideline, and it will hit and take a roll and add that to the equation. Comes to a stop at the 6-yard line.
Great roll. Great roll and punt there by LS.
Now we got a flag behind where the punter was, and some talking after the game was over with between Lucas Myers and Dom Brown. So the flag thrown. Let's see what it's all about. This is going to be a personal foul penalty against Twin Valley. LS is going to put the offense back out on the field.
Yeah, it looks like their offense is back on the field, so it looks like it is against Twin Valley.
Caleb Howes wants to get his 2 cents in. The officials say, we got this. We don't need you. We're okay. Don Brown's irate. But right now, if you're LS, you got to keep his – this might be offsetting. But again, here's the thing. You got to remember, the winner of this game gets to move on. Got to be careful because you get kicked out, and all of a sudden you're not playing in the district final. They pointed only at Twin Valley. So it is a personal foul against Twin Valley is the only call. And so with that, LS will get the offense back out on the field. First and 10 now for LS. Once they walk off the 15-yard penalty, it's going to put it down inside the goal line. Or inside the 10-yard line, make it first down and goal to go, I believe. And put it all the way down to 3. So now LS in a position. No, all right. It is Twin Valley football at the 3-yard line. So it's a post-possession penalty. That makes a lot more sense. I couldn't figure out how it got down there. So Twin Valley football at the 3. Myers throwing for it. Looking for Knight. Jump ball. He made the catch and out of bounds across the 30.
Yeah,
Evan Myers with a nice throw and Knight with a catch.
Little delayed go route there by Knight, and Knight went up, high pointed that ball, and tiptoed the sidelines for a big gain of like 30
yards.
Yeah, 32
Tonight,
yards.
first and 10
So
at
Knight
the
with his second
35-yard line for Myers. That's another flag thrown on the snap. It's going to be another procedure penalty against Twin Valley. And every time, we talked about this in the first half, Matt, every time they go hurry up, they're jumping off sides.
Yeah, that's you got to be disciplined to stay. I mean, get set, be disciplined. Yeah, it's hurry up. This is 2-minute offense. You're inside 3 minutes, down 18 points. Be disciplined enough to be set.
Invite you to stick around for our Pizza Como post-game show. Matt will be down in the field talking with winning head coach and a couple of players as well. We'll have our Reading Fighting Phils player of the game, our American Diner play of the game as well, as our coverage continues here from Lancaster County. Myers looks left, goes back against the other way for Evan Johnson. Johnson gets some blocks, but he will not get enough to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And again, it's Emery Floor who fights through all the traffic and makes the tackle at their gain of 5.
Great job by Emery Floor. That was a throwback screen to Evan Johnson, and Evan Johnson had blockers out in front of him, and Emery Floor just split those blockers and all by himself and made that tackle. This guy's had a ball game tonight.
2nd and 10 after the pickup back, what they lost on the penalty. Myers this time, all kinds of time to throw. Now a flag goes down as he will roll out. Another flag goes down. Here's Grundy on the catch, 45 and midfield. That's going to be a first down for Twin Valley if the play stands, and more pushing and shoving after the play is over with. This thing's getting ugly right now. There's an awful lot of flags getting thrown, and LS has to compose themselves as much as anything. But 2 flags thrown on the play initially, no flag thrown at the end of the play.
I think Twin Valley is losing their composure right now.
Yep. And now Brett Myers is going to come out and talk to his kids. 2 minutes left to go in the football game. Brett Myers has started to head out to the huddle. Wait and see what he wants to call a timeout. And he's going to get that timeout. With 2 minutes left to go in the football game. Again, the penalties are going to be against Twin Valley. The question is, there was 2 different flags thrown on the play. So they spotted it back at the 25. So it'll be a holding penalty against Twin Valley ultimately is the call. So it'll be 2nd and 20 now for Twin Valley. With, again, 2 minutes left to go in the football game. Don't forget, coming up on our scoreboard show to give you a full rundown of all the other games going on, not only with Berks County teams, but also around the district and some state scores as well, as our postseason coverage continues here on WEEU. Wilson and Central York in a battle in the 6A semifinal. Exeter, Conestoga Valley in a 5A semifinal. They'll get you the scores on all of them coming up in our scoreboard show. Second down and 20 now coming up for Twin Valley. Back at the 25-yard line. Myers from the shotgun, another quick hitter. Little slant-in pass is caught by Knight. He'll get some of it back, get back what they lost on the penalty before Christian Nolt will wrap him up.
Nice throw and catch there from Evan Myers to Knight on a slant route. Almost enough for the first down. Looks like he's going to be now getting back to original line of scrimmage.
They got back what they lost on the penalty, so now it's 3rd and 10. 1:30 and counting left to go. Evan Johnson will go in motion from right side to left. They'll go the other way, back to the right for Knight. He'll get the catch and get out of bounds, and another flag comes down at the end of the play.
Illegal
man downfield,
man downfield.
That's a quick hitting pass too, but
yeah, that's interesting.
So wipe out what was going to be. They were going to be short of the first down, but they will walk off the penalty back to the 30. So they gain a little, and then they lose it back. It'll remain 3rd down.
Yeah, all Myers did was stand up and throw the ball outside like a stop route to Knight. And Knight just hurried up and got out of bounds.
Right.
So that was an interesting call.
So clock continues to run. 1:10 left to go. Myers again looks left, goes back to the right. Pass in and out of the hands of Knight. He threw it between 2 defenders, but Knight could not hold on.
Yeah, that ball was right on the money there. I don't know if Knight even saw it. I don't even know.
I think you're right.
Knight got his hands on it or whatnot. It was like
I think he was shocked it got to him.
Shocked to see the ball. I agree.
You talk about threading a needle. Evan Myers just threaded a needle.
He did. He definitely put some RPMs on that ball. That ball was humming.
Unfortunately, Twin Valley can't hold on. Last play for the Raiders unless they can pick up 15 yards and a first down. Myers looking for the heave, looking for Grundy down the seam, but it's over his head and incomplete. And that will do it. The Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneers are headed to a District 3 championship game. They won it in 2019. They beat Berks Catholic in that one. They came back in 2020 and won it again over Elko. They lost it at 21 to Bishop McDevitt. They will be back in the 24 district championship. They will remain unbeaten, and they'll take on either West York or Wyomissing next weekend at a site and time to be determined. So congratulations to Victor Ridenauer and his crew. They remain unbeaten. They were Section 4 champions. They took on Twin Valley in Week 9. They went to Wyomissing. We had that game for you in Week 10. They beat the Spartans 20-7 on their home field and ultimately won the Section 4 title as well. And now they are 1 minute and 1 second away from finding out their destination. They no doubt will be at Bob Wolfram Field tomorrow to watch the Spartans play again. And Howells will take a knee. Maybe we'll have to take one more knee, and that is about it. As the Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneers will take care of the Twin Valley Raiders tonight. Final score will look like this. LS 31, Twin Valley 13. So the Raiders do get a little bit of satisfaction, if you will, in the sense that they showed that they were a better team than the runaway win that the Pioneers had in week number 9. But LS just a little bit too much tonight in the second half. And the Pioneers will take one more snap, and they are headed to another level in the postseason. And we are headed to our postgame show. When we come back, our Pizza Como postgame show is live on WEEU right after this.
When it comes to grocery shopping, you're a pro, and Redner's Markets is here to up your game with Redner's Ready. Shop online and save time. Orders can be placed as far as 4 days ahead or as little as 2 hours before pickup at your selected store. Your items are always handpicked, and our personal shoppers will accommodate any special instructions for your grocery needs. Plus, there's no difference between in-store and online pricing, no extra pickup fees, and you can redeem points from your Redner's Rewards membership. Skip the trip with Redner's Ready. Shop online at rednersmarkets.com.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA crafted crunch.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the 5th Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como and The Yard, 4600 5th Street Highway in Temple. The Lampeter-Strasburg Pioneers with a win tonight over the Twin Valley Raiders, ending the Twin Valley season at 9-3 on the year. But LS is now 12-0 and moving on to the district final. Again, they'll take on either West York or Wyomissing. Those two tomorrow afternoon at Bob Wolfram Field. The winner of that one will meet Lampeter-Strasburg next Friday or Saturday at a site and time to be determined. But the Pioneers, they scored first on literally the third play of the football game. Danny Weichler went 73 yards for a touchdown. But LS ultimately let Twin Valley get back into it momentarily in the second quarter at 7-7. The Raiders ultimately fell behind by 2 scores at halftime, and then it was all but Pioneer football in the second half. They win it by a score of 31-13. Let's take a look now at our player of the game. Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by the Reading Fightin' Phils and their all-new Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. The R-Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the R-Phils all-new Redner's Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting, or event, or any charity fundraiser dinner, the number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the R-Phils. Go to rphils.com/events for more information. And our player of the game, doing it on both sides of the football tonight, was senior running back Don Brown. I mentioned earlier in this football game that when these two teams met, Don Brown ran first time around. Don Brown ran for 155 yards, and nobody really noticed because the quarterback, Caleb Howes, ran for 323 and 7 touchdowns, and you kind of forgot about that. Well, you can't forget about what Brown did tonight. He was outstanding, unofficially 30 carries, 185 yards, and a touchdown to go along with it. And, oh, by the way, he is one of those 4 linebackers that does such a great job for LS on the season. Matt Lytle has caught up with winning coach Victor Ridenauer. Matt, take it away.
Coach Ridenauer, congratulations. Matt Lytle, WEEU, your 41st win, your career. Just a big win tonight. Tell me about are you happy with the team's execution and game plan this week?
I am. We did something that we haven't done all year this week. We installed that one package. The kids did a great job of executing. It looked kind of rough on Monday, Tuesday, to be honest with you, but it started to come together. But the kids they're just an unselfish group of kids. They just play for each other. It's been fun to be a part of this.
Speaking of the kids, two that stood out tonight, the Brown House show. Dominic Brown had unofficially, stats-wise, he had 30 carries, 185 yards, and a touchdown run. Was that the plan this week to just let him carry the load?
I think when you get something rolling, it's important to stick with it. And so the run game was coming along pretty well, so we just, we're going to keep going with it. As long as it's working, we're not going to try to break it, if that makes sense. We never go in with a set number of carries that we want a kid to have. It's truly like, how are they lining up? What are they giving us? And let's try to take advantage of that.
I like it. The first series, Danny Weichler just shot out of a cannon, out of the fullback position. He didn't carry the ball much after that. Was that on purpose? I mean, what was that? What was that the whole point of getting him that carry? Because we were looking for more touches out of him. He had a great game, nevertheless. Catching the ball, catching touchdowns, but also playing great defense.
Yeah, Don was a little banged up from last week, so we weren't sure exactly how he was. Obviously, he was doing well. So we gave Danny a spot back there. Then we told Don we were going to work him in to see how things would go, and Danny just saw a hole and just ran with it. And he's pretty fast.
Coach, so again, congrats on the semifinal win. You're in the district finals. Does it matter who you're playing next week? Because you got West York or you got Wyomissing, and most likely it's going to be my alma mater, Wyomissing.
We'll find out tomorrow. It's great. It's a great accomplishment for these kids. Our staff also. I don't talk about them enough. They do a great job getting these kids ready as well. So we'll wait to see what happens tomorrow, and then we'll start preparing on Monday.
Coach, again, congrats. And last thing I want to say to you, I know in this week in pregame we were talking about you were diagnosed with MS, and my hat goes off to you, what you've done with this team and this community. And like you said early this week, every day is a blessing. So keep doing what you're doing, because you got this team disciplined football, blocking and tackling. They executed very well tonight. So congrats again.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So there's Victor Ridenauer with the win. Again, his team is moving on into the district finals, and Matt's going to head over eventually then and talk with Don Brown, who is our player of the game. Don Brown with an outstanding effort tonight on both sides of the football for the Pioneers. As we talk about our play of the game, it's brought to you by the American Diner.
in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or late night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day, and dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of potato or vegetables. A full senior citizen menu, and veterans receive a free breakfast item on Veterans Day. Open daily, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., and serving the community for generations since 1994. What's the play of the game? Well, Matt Lytle just talked about it, Victor Ridenauer. How much of a big jump did LS get? We were talking about Twin Valley having some revenge, but before we tell you about that, Matt, take it away, talking with Tom Brown.
Matt Lytle, WEEU. Congrats tonight on that big win against Twin Valley and being player of the game. Love to talk to you tonight. I got to ask you a question. 30 carries, 185 yards, and a touchdown run. Do you like playing defense or offense more?
Oh, man. I mean, I love both. I just love being able to, make plays. And whether I'm on offense or defense, I'm going to give it 100%. I have no preference at all as long as I can just get on that field and help our team win.
Was the game plan this week the Dom Brown show to the left, the Dom Brown show to the right?
We didn't really – I was coming into this week hurt. I got an injury last week, and we weren't even sure if I was going to play this Friday. And I got this, massive knee brace on just so I could play. I don't think 30 carries, something around there, was the plan. But, you come on Friday, and then that's just what happens.
Unofficially 30 carries for 185 yards. How about Danny Weichler's run, the first series of the game?
Yeah, you love to see it, It was a plan coming into the week that I was going to sit off that first drive. We were in a heavy package, and it's just a lot of downhill running. Didn't want to risk getting hurt early in the game. And, Danny's a great football player. He makes plays wherever he is, and just seeing him take off like that, it was great to see.
Do you have any brotherly bets with a linebacker crew from yourself, Weichler, Floor? We called his name on defense many times, so congrats again on tonight's win, and looks like your guys, looks like the other seniors want to talk to you. So best of luck next week against either Wyomissing or West York. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Great job as Dom Brown, our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game. We were talking about our American Diner play of the game, and again, Matt was just talking about it. They said that Dom Brown was not out there in that first series, and so what did they do? They went to Danny Weichler. Twin Valley was trying to figure out exactly what was going on, and before they knew what hit them, Danny Weichler was off to the races. It was 2nd and 3 from the 27-yard line on the second play of the game. The third play of the game, they handed off to Weichler, and he went right up the gut with a huge hole, like the parting of the seas from Moses. Danny Weichler was gone and into the end zone eventually for the touchdown, and LS was on the board before Twin Valley knew what hit them. We were 32 seconds into the game, and it was 7-0 LS on top, and they eventually won it by a score of 31-13. We're going to take one more quick timeout. When we come back, we'll run through all of our plays of the game, wrap up tonight's game, and send it back to our scoreboard show. A whole lot more high school football coverage coming your way on WEEU after this.
If you're in the mood for smaller portions and higher prices, there's plenty of franchise fast food. But if you want a real meal that actually feeds your hunger, you want Noose's Deli in Morgantown. For over 40 years, they've served up hearty sandwiches with quality meats and cheeses bursting from the buns, burgers, chicken steaks, hoagies. Nobody does it like Noose's. Stop in or pick up a satisfying sandwich today, or let them cater your party. 610-286-6532. Located at 3160 Main Street in Morgantown. Noose's. Let our deli fill your belly.
Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's Rewards Program. Purchase select items at Redner's and unlock big savings on groceries and fuel. Redeem your points in-store and fill your shopping cart with fantastic deals like buy 3, get the 4th free. Save on fuel, too. Enjoy discounts at Redner's Quick Stop, Speedway, and many other locations. Get 5 cents off per gallon for every $50 spent. Plus, discover tons of special offers, digital deals, and surprise savings available to rewards customers. Start saving today. Sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com.
All right, let's go through as our Pizza Como postgame show continues and ultimately concludes here. Let's go through our plays of the game and how we got to this 31-13 game. Again, we'll start it with with LS's first possession. They got the football to start, and after a very quick penalty against Twin Valley to get started, the Pioneers were in a 2nd and 3 from their own 27-yard line. Pioneers right back to the line of scrimmage, going a little hurry up here in a 2nd and 3. Huge hole up the gut, and right up the gut, and heading for the house is Danny Weichler, lined up as the fullback,
and a huge hole to run through, and he will run all the way to the end zone, 73 yards. LS is on the board. Well, despite that quick strike offense, the defenses took over for the rest of the first quarter. It was 7-0 LS at the end of that first quarter, and then it was finally Twin Valley who was able to generate some offense thanks in large part to great field position. They started the drive at their own 50-yard line. They got themselves to a 3rd and 2 at the 5-yard line, and waiting for a long time to get a touchdown has been Drew Engel. Out since the beginning of the season, since week number 1, Drew Engel on 3rd and 2 gets the call. Engel is now the back in the backfield. He'll get the call, and Drew Engel will find the end zone.
Touchdown, Twin Valley.
Another great surge up front by Twin Valley's offensive line, starting to impose their will a little bit here against the Pioneers, and they're now an extra point away from tying up the football game. The extra point was good. We were tied at 7-7 with 10:43 left to go in the game. However, this is what Lampeter-Strasburg did time and time again. Every time Twin Valley strikes, LS comes right back with a quick strike. Cole Lopez with a kickoff return following that touchdown gives them a short field. And on 2nd and 9 from the 29-yard line, Caleb House, who had not yet thrown completed a pass in the game, found an open receiver. Play action fake. Howes wants to throw it. This time he's got all kinds of time waiting for somebody. He's got a man wide open in the end zone.
Weichler.
Danny Weichler wide open in the end zone. Caleb Howes finds him, and that quickly. Twin Valley with the answer. So it was a 14-7 lead now with Weichler getting both touchdowns for LS. But the big key to that was within Twin Valley scoring. LS had countered that 43 seconds later. And then the Pioneers put together one last drive before the end of the half. They was aided by a penalty against Twin Valley that put the LS Pioneers in a 1st and goal from the 4. This one only half the distance, but they were at the 8. Now they're at the 4. 1st down, goal to go. And they'll go back to Brown. Brown bounces off a tackle in a second and into the end zone.
Touchdown, Lampeter. Touchdown, Pioneers.
Dom Brown running tough tonight, and he takes his way in for the touchdown. And the Pioneers take themselves a 2-score lead. Twin Valley got the football to start the second half, but they were unable to pick up a 1st down, and LS came right back, and LS just went with a ground assault of Caleb Howes, the quarterback, but mostly our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game and Dom Brown. It was a whole lot of that, and then, unfortunately for them, it, because of a penalty, ended up coming to a stop at the 18-yard line. They brought on Peter Fiorello for a field goal attempt. Let's see if the kicker can get it done. A 35-yard field goal attempt. And this one, he booms this one.
This one's good.
The other 2 he hooked, but this one he gets it through. And so LS adds to its lead. Twin Valley countered again, this time starting with 6:33 left to go in the 3rd quarter and starting from their own 45-yard line. They were aided by a personal foul penalty on the kickoff return by LS. They gave them a little bit better field position, and they got themselves down to a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, thanks in large part to their quarterback. They were 2nd and goal from the 1. On 2nd and goal from the 1.
Surprised we're not seeing a tush push here.
It's Evan Myers. Quarterback sneak, bounces off a tackle, dives, touchdown, Twin Valley. Evan Myers, the second effort, gets himself in. The Raiders went for 2. They came up empty. It was 24-13 with only 4:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter. But LS, again, with another counter drive of their own when they get the football back. They started at their own 30. And again, it was pretty much the ground game for most of it, but Caleb Howes had one more throw in him. Floor and Hostetter split out on the right. Weichler remains the back in the backfield, sidecar right of Caleb Howes, who wants to throw for it. Underneath route, pass is caught. It's Floor, 10, 5, lowers his shoulder. Did he get in? Yes! Emery Floor, 19-yard touchdown pass reception. And that did it for the scoring for the night. It ended that way, 31-13, as LS just kind of grounded out the 4th quarter clock, and they will move on to the play for the district championship again, either against West York or Wyomissing. Matt Lytle back in the studios with it. Matt, as we wrap this one up, look, we got a chance to see LS in Week 10 against Wyomissing. We came away suitably impressed by how good they were, both on both sides of the football field. They can get it done. But again, you sometimes forget when you get a team who's as high scoring as they can be, you forget about the defense. Well, that day against Wyomissing, you knew about the defense because they shut down Wyomissing on that afternoon. The old adage of defense wins championships. Well, if that's the case,
LS has got a pretty good shot because they got a pretty good defense.
They do. They got a really good defense behind those two bookend tackles, right? Whether it's offensive line or defensive line. Thad Wolf, 6'4", 315, and then you got Colin Shelley, 6'4", 290. But their strength is their linebackers, right? And we just talked to Don Brown. You've got Danny Weichler. You've got Preston Schonauer, and then of course you've got Emery Floor,
the leader of the pack.
Yeah, Emery Floor. What he had 106 tackles going in tonight's game, and tonight
I think he's got 106 tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's everywhere. I mean, it's just those four guys, and we saw that against Wyoming. What impresses you the most? Again, you got to remember these are high school kids. They never seem to be out of position because one of the game plans for Twin Valley tonight was to try to shift them around a little bit, try to get them going in one direction and go back the other way. But it doesn't work against those guys. They stay home, and there's always somebody there.
They're very disciplined. They're very disciplined on defense, and they are sideline to sideline because you're right, Twin Valley did try to spread them out, and whether it was Don Brown or Weichler or Floor, Schonauer, those guys made plays tonight. And not only did they make plays on defense, they made plays on offense.
Yeah, when at the end of the night, Weichler's got 2 touchdowns, Floor's got a touchdown, and Brown goes 185 yards. Yeah, let's
with a touchdown. I mean,
let's throw that in. That's the beauty of this game. High school football, man. You got to come and play both ways. And again, to the point that Don Brown just said to you, he wasn't sure he was going to play tonight.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, what does he do?
He has a knee brace on and everything, carrying the ball
Right.
30 times. They went with a hot hand.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
guy was running people over.
Yeah.
He was possessed tonight.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he ran tough tonight for sure. And so LS is moving on. Thanks to Brett Myers and Twin Valley for all the help that they gave us throughout this year and this week as well, preparing you for this game. So it's time for us to move on. Thanks as well to Brandon Lippy, the athletic director here at Lampeter-Strasburg High School, for the hospitality. It's a great setup and a great facility here at Lampeter-Strasburg High School. Thanks to Josh DeLillo back at the WEEU studios. Jeff Nolan and Matt Knob are going to take things over with our scoreboard show. For my colleague, Matt Lytle, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks for listening to High School Football. Don't forget Penn State, Purdue, tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 kickoff right here on WEEU as well. That will do it for our coverage. The Pioneers are moving on. They're 12-0. And Twin Valley season comes to an end at 9-3. The final score, LS 31, Twin Valley 13. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll have more high school football coming your way next week right here on WEEU in Reading.
This has been High School Football, presented by Savage Auto Group on 830 WEEU.
High school sports on 830 WEEU are brought to you in part by Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Everything Printing, Houndstown Reading, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Leone's